All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a while, but we're back for the continuation of the Press F to Play Bingo Tournament. We've got a very exciting one here for you today. It is Losers Semifinals. Alpha going up against iCup. Both of them managing to squeeze through their quarterfinals and face off against each other today. It's going to be a very, very close match today, I think. We're definitely in for a bunch of fireworks. The winner moves on into losers finals, is guaranteed a top 3 spot, and is guaranteed a minimum of exiting this tournament with $100. The loser goes home with 4th place and no money. No money. So it's going to be exciting. Let's go ahead and tune in and see
Monologue.
how are our runners doing today.
Hey, we're doing pretty good.
I heard
Doing all right.
monologue.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
It's good timing.
Anyways, a redirect. We have a big congrats for iCup today. He graduated.
iCup did graduate today with his degree.
Graduated
iCup.
college.
Yay.
Bachelor of
Very nice.
Science in
Bachelor of
Cybersecurity.
Science in Cybersecurity. Yay, GG's. But will he graduate from the bingo tournament? That is, well, I guess one of you will graduate today, right? 'Cause you're going to be out. But will it be with high marks or will it be with a bare minimum degree?
I think since I graduated college today, it's only fitting if I make Alpha drop out of the tournament today.
I agree.
That would make sense. That would make sense. How are you guys feeling about this match?
Feeling about as good as I will be. I'm going up against, fucking iCup, so.
You're going up against the loser runner himself.
Has been a pretty long day for me, but I'm a bit tired. I've woken up a little bit since a couple hours ago. But
You'll also notice, audience, we got Steve and GDO joining us tonight.
Hey, howdy.
This is our second ever TriCast in this tournament, which is pretty fitting considering that this is one of the last matches of the tournament. We have this match, one more match in losers, and then a potential bracket reset or a grand finals. So we're very, very close to the end here. And thank God, because we started in February. So let's just get this done.
Thanks, Ring Rush.
All right. Well, Alpha, iCup, are you guys ready for game 1?
I'm ready.
let's do it.
All right. Well, I know audience is ready. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start game number 1 in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, boys.
Good luck.
All right. We'll move them into their separate calls. I will reveal the card and start the timer as soon as our boys get underway. Boom, boom. And let me get iCup's audio. And now we're looking clean. And for those who looked ahead of time, you might notice that this card is kind of sick. It's kind of a sicko card.
Yeah, I'm liking that F2. Yeah.
F2 does have the double CCL Cheeto page synergy.
Not only that, but Warp Pads and GI and the Crushers. Yeah, that's
Pads
pretty
with the
hot.
Crutches is pretty good. However, it
Kickball,
does have
though.
both kickballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
Sports.
Yeah. Not a fan of kickballs, especially when you're going to spend so much time in CCL too.
Yeah.
It
And
also
6
has 6
Gs
in
in
TDL.
TDL. Yeah.
I think F2 is just massive bait with the synergy.
So I was talking to iCup a little bit before the match. He said he's going to do his very best today to not pick any bosses bait rows. Because he said, if we think about the people who've been doing bingos recently, I mean, Dango, Alpha, and iCup have almost been doing daily bingos all together.
Yeah,
And-
like 3 minimum.
Yeah, like always. And apparently iCup says bosses are the big bait. iCup misses the egg shot.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
that's
think he
bad.
was
misses
standing
the
a little
pet!
too far back.
Oh,
All right,
man.
spray and pray worked.
Yeah. Finally gets him at the end. Alpha nailing the big shot. Actually, kind of interesting. They both got green Klungo. Alpha executed amazingly. iCup choked hard. Yeah, if only they could fit the 5 bosses and 6 bosses in the same F. But I don't think, like I said, iCup said he's avoiding bosses today.
You
Or he's
can
gonna
in
do his
F7,
best. They
I don't
can
blame
in F7?
him.
Oh, they could in F7. That's
but then
true.
you also have to learn Sack Pack as
You
an
have to
extra
do,
Yeah.
goal.
You have to learn sack pack and saucer apparel.
Yeah.
Not what you want
Yeah.
to see.
I think 5 bosses, like, from, my experience so far, I think 5 doesn't have to be baity, but I don't know, 6 and 7, especially when they have, like, those bad boss synergies, like, really always, like, look like they might be good, but,
Well,
maybe not.
And we've talked about bosses in general, right? We know defeat 5 bosses is the lowest boss kill count goal on our
Yeah.
cards currently, now that we've added Klungos as bosses. So, if they find the row that only does defeat 5, that's not the end of the world. Over 6, when you get into the 6 boss category, that's when you're like, do I have to do Patch? Do I have to do Target Zan? Do I have to throw in Terry? Am I doing a Dragon Brother? That's where you kind of get to some of the AIDS bosses that you can't just nail out quickly.
Yeah.
There's also still 4 bosses, isn't there? I feel like I've still seen it on cards. Or am I tripping?
I think you might be, because I remember
Huh.
we used to only have defeat 3, 4, and 5, and those got upped to 5, 6, and 7.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
there's a
Yeah.
defeat 4. I don't think so, though.
No, there's no defeat 4.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I'm just... Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah,
both
F-
runners are out of jingling, and they have not picked a road just yet. Alpha taking the safe passage into bottles, grabbing goggles.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they haven't picked Rose yet. Cole says F4,
Looks like iCup's
Which-
going to do the same.
which does look nice. Bring the train. You got hatch 5 eggs, defeat 5 bosses, 2 jiggies and 6 levels. Could kind of Tip Tup and Smugglers.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if you could get a quick DCW early and just skip JRL altogether and come back and do Tip Top and Blubber later. That might not even be that bad,
Well, Smugglers is one of your goals, so
right? Well, but I was saying, like, don't go to JRL at all. Just do a one trip after a DCW.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think that will
gotcha.
be the play here, for sure.
Would be super sick. 2 jiggies and 6 levels each. So what's the level they're going to skip? Or I guess the 2 levels? Probably gonna skip HFP and GI.
Well, you need to bring train to Fireside, so you need to go to the Fireside switch
Oh, yeah, that's true.
for F4. So
My thought
I mean,
process
Slick
was
Clip's right there.
CCL, right? You're going to get the 3 eggs in CCL. So,
Mhm.
like, there's no reason why you wouldn't just do Cheese Wedge and, like, Super Stash or something.
Yeah, I think you do skip HFP in that case because, I mean, with the train, you really don't have to go to, like, Icy Side at all. And, like, on Fireside, you would really only want to get Slit Clip, I guess.
So, in terms of the algorithm that Cole is bringing up, there are a lot of rows that are all within, like, 1 to 2 lengths of each other. We've got 96, 98, 95, 94, 93, 98, 92, 94, and another 98. So, a lot of these rows are quote unquote very close to each other. It's just going to be,
Mhm.
What are these guys comfortable with? What are they willing to do? What are they not willing to do? And has their bingoing led them to some personal bias?
I definitely think it should at this point.
Well,
with the
hope
number
so,
of
right?
with the number of bingos that they've done, I think personal bias definitely comes into play. Like I think everybody has, regardless of what the statistics say about goals, like people have their own like I don't believe in this goal, I don't believe in that goal.
That is very
100%.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Any
never going
road
for
picks
Beatty.
from the runners yet?
We do have a selection from iCup. iCup did choose F4.
Okay.
Oh, and Alpha is right
Sick.
behind him. Alpha has also chosen F4.
Oh, nice.
Oh, baby.
So we got a mirror match. Nice.
Hot.
Okay, well, they both already have one boss down. So now we just have a ton of variety really to pick from, especially when it comes to the 2 Jiggies and 6 levels each. Just what do these guys feel is going to be the best level to get out of the way? And
I really
that's
like some of the more subtle synergies, like bring train to fireside. Like you can go to HFP, hit the fire switch, drop down into the Coliseum, do Mayan kickball, and then just drive the train back to
Yeah.
HFP kind of
That
thing.
is true, yeah.
Yep.
See, Alpha opting to just go ahead for 40. So Alpha potentially not using a DCW here. iCup's just going to go straight in.
Yeah.
I know I talked earlier about the potential to like DCW early and maybe come back to JRL. iCup having some trouble with this clip.
Yeah, that was a really spicy GGM early from Alpha.
iCup finally in, but down 20 notes. Alpha does grab the Globo.
Okay, he does want to set it up, I guess.
I guess Alpha's thinking he's not going to go over by Green Pile, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fair. You don't need that many notes. I mean, 420 for Hatch isn't like too tough to get.
Yeah, exactly. And with all 3 Cheeto pages in Witchy World, he can probably get the Treble Clef in Witchy World if he wants.
Maybe he just wasn't sure yet whether or not he was gonna DCW and just grab the notes for safety.
Yeah, that's true. Just kind of autopiloted notes to kind of cover all of his
I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind
options.
of I kind of disagree because you see all 3 Cheeto pages in Witcher World, so you know you're going in here anyways, regardless if you're going to DCW.
Oh, that is
Oh, that's
actually
true.
We've always
That's a very
talked
good
about
point,
the fact
yeah.
that, like, you know,
Yeah,
even
that's
if
true.
you're
Yeah.
not going to DCW, if you're freeing the saucer, you might as well use the DCW.
Yeah, that's true.
I wasn't even thinking about that goal. But
Yeah, me
you're,
too.
you're right. You're right.
But where do they DCW to, guys? I mean, what are the options here? I mean, could you
a good
potentially...
point.
I guess you could DCW to Terry and drop immediately
Yeah.
for Hatch. That's probably the best play. Because I would say, otherwise, I would DCW to Minji, but the problem with that is you don't have Hatch yet to hatch the Flotus eggs.
The thing with
Yeah.
DCWing to Terry to get Hatch right away is that if you do skip JRL, you have like no notes to learn the move.
Yeah, they
So-
would need a lot of notes along the way in Witchy World. But I guess they're going to
But
be
they're
going
gonna
a lot
drive
of places
around,
in Witchy
right?
World
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I
Alpha
think you would-
is coming over here with the detonator. Gonna go ahead and make sure that this is one of his jiggies.
I guess you could still get like the upper notes in Pterodactyland, and that would probably it would give you like another 50-ish notes.
I kept right behind Alpha. Both grabbing the same jiggies, same route so far, besides the 20 notes outside.
I mean, you could also just do the quote-unquote neutral DCW and just go to credits just to get Clockworks early and have everything available to you. But I mean, if you have to fight bosses, then going to Terry is pretty appealing.
Yeah, but are they fighting Terry, though? I don't think they fight
Yeah.
Terry with 5.
Yeah, that's
Terry is a
also
pretty
true.
long boss, but they
Yeah.
might get tempted from the Terry eggs.
Yeah.
Like, the other meta, like, timing that has been released, too, is that, like, if you can avoid hatching Terry eggs, do not fight Terry.
Yeah.
And so they
Yeah, I
can
would
hatch
agree.
every other egg in the game except for Terry's.
Yeah. Like, I think that for a long time in the bingo meta, that was a nice jump from
That
Alpha,
was a
by the
nice
way.
shoot.
Yep.
Yep.
That was hot.
In the bingo meta, going for Terry was like a sure thing, just because when you needed bosses, just because, Terry, DCWing to Terry is like such a good option. Like, it puts you at a really nice place in the game. But since, people have kind of gotten better at doing the clockwork warp to the top of the mountain,
Yep.
and then also just realizing that, if you don't 3-cycle Terry, or if you don't 2-cycle Terry, it's like a really long boss fight.
I mean, even if you do 2-cycle him, I mean, the cutscene after the fight just freaking kills you.
I think
Yeah,
you're
that's
exactly
true.
right, though. I think the fact that people have gotten so used to Champa Warp, we see less of Terry being a necessity.
Yeah, who would ever mess up that trick?
I would 100% agree with you on that, though.
I don't think I've ever reset out of the Terry cutscene, to be honest.
Oh, this is interesting. Alpha choosing to lift the train now. iCup saving it for later.
I think that's fair because I mean he's just gonna like save and quit as Mumbo and then just goes, you know, straight back to
Oh,
plateau.
I was more saying
Yeah.
interesting on iCup's part because
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
a lot of people lift the train trip one.
Yep, I agree with Alpha's play here.
Yeah, that also gives Alpha the option to, you know, not have to take Mumbo all the way back.
I think this is
I mean, I
also-
guess you could Death Warp, but
I think this is also kind of showing one of the playing against Alpha in a couple bingos that I've done against him too. Alpha likes to do as much of GGM as he can in the first trip.
Yeah,
Almost
that's-
always.
that's how I play Bingo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Another thing that is nice about this, you get some time to route and plan the rest of your bingo while the cutscene is happening.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to have these, periods where you can just think in the
Also
early
true.
game.
Also true.
Yeah, the only thing I think it, you're shooting yourself in the foot is if you're doing, all the GGM stuff early, but it's things that you could be doing later if you were to come back with Clockworks, like opening up Canary Mary's cave. It's just nice to be able to,
Yeah.
do the Clockwork Warp in,
Yeah.
things like Waterfall, Jiggy, stuff like that.
It's kind of nice. Their GGM stuff was pretty much chosen for them too, right? They're gonna get Old King Cole Jiggy, and they're gonna they grabbed Detonator Levitation,
Hmm.
both just in the way. MT, most likely gonna get Top of Temple plus Kickball when they have to come back for it. Witchy World, the Jiggies are pretty much gonna be given for them, right? Saucer Apparel and then Cactus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, not even Top of Temple. I would consider doing Slumber instead.
yeah, same.
I guess that's
I
a
mean,
good
Top of
point. You
Temple
don't even
sure
have to do the
is
flight.
right there, but
Yeah, I guess if they were gonna do Top of Temple, iCup would have already gotten it.
Yeah, you sort of want to
Yeah.
get the treble there. It becomes awkward if you want both the treble and the
Yeah.
jiggy.
Well, I was thinking like, I think that technically Top of Temple is still faster than climbing all the way up to Slumber, but probably not by much.
yeah.
Yeah,
iCup with the classic third person.
and I think that GDO is right. They'll probably come back for kickball through HFP, so they won't have to deal with freaking kickball early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, especially since the fire train switch is right there.
Yeah,
And I mean, that'll be good for Alpha because he can just like go straight in and then, take the train if he chooses to do that route, whereas iCup will still have to do all the Mumbo stuff, kind of walk back.
So what do we think these guys as bosses are gonna be? We've got Klungo 1, Klungo 2, Minji, and then is it pretty much just they have to pick Patch and something else?
I mean Cole is already set.
Old King
So-
Cole they have to do, right?
Yeah.
Also
So-
true.
Probably Patch, I would say.
They are going to HFP for the Switch. That is true. Dragon Brothers is an idea. I just
Yeah.
hate how far away the fly pad is from the fucking train station Switch, though.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dragon Bros.
Yeah, and then you
Because,
have
I
to
mean,
learn
that'll be Ice
too.
Eggs too.
Yeah,
Oh, is the goal timed with it? Then yeah, I guess they have to do the Dragon Brothers. Oh, what the hell is Alpha?
if you don't, you lose a minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
look, Alpha
okay.
is going for the. So Alpha did like a little angle reverse there, got the treble, beak bombs towards the temple, and then grabbed the top of temple jiggy. And look, now iCup's getting
Oh
it.
yeah.
Oh,
And now iCup should just.
Oh,
Oh, he's
iCup's doing that.
iCup is actually going to do kickball early.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
This is
What
what
is
the
that
fuck
angle?
is this angle though?
Oh,
my
that was a really awkward angle.
iCup, you can just come back, relax.
Please
He's
just
gonna
leave
try and
He's
iCup.
go
actually
for it
gonna
again.
try again.
I don't even think doing it saves time, does it?
Wow!
Oh, he got it second
Oh.
try.
I
That's pretty
cannot
hot.
believe he got it from that steep of an angle. What the?
What a sick angle.
That actually
Holy.
was so disgusting. I cannot believe that worked.
Yeah, well, getting this out of the way early.
Yeah, I mean, iCup is going to
Pretty
go ahead and
good.
finish up MT here.
I mean, I guess technically you save some loading zones if you don't do this from HFP, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's
I guess
true.
it's
Save the
faster
button
optimally.
switch. Yep.
Yeah.
And this absolutely gives iCup a shit ton of time to route. Yeah.
That's also very true, yeah.
So, oh man, I can't actually believe they both went back for top the temple after we said we didn't think they were gonna grab it.
I know.
Do you think Alpha's gonna go for MT kickball now? I don't know if he's comfortable
I don't
with,
even know if
with the
Alpha
trick.
knows how to
I
do
don't-
that beak
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah, I don't think Alpha knows how to do the trick. I agree.
Like I mean, Alpha knows how to do dong clip, but I don't know if he'll like go out of bounds to like go into kickball
Oh,
like
God.
through the
That
bottom
sounds
of the level.
AIDS. That
Yeah,
sounds fucking
I
AIDS.
hope not.
To go all the way around like that.
Well, I not around, but I guess you could probably go under, yeah.
Well, I don't know. How far down is the void?
I don't know where the void planes are, so
I doubt he's played around with that, and I don't think he's gonna go for it in a tournament match.
Dango says you go under.
yeah.
It's really easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who better than Dango to say what's easy in this game?
Easier than
yeah, I
getting
mean,
into
we
treasure
saw
chamber.
Steve, you did it earlier in your honeycombs run.
Yeah, yeah. I also
Easy
did it in
peasy.
the match against you, or no, against the iCup.
Oh, really?
For the honeycomb.
Why can't you guys be like iCup in the Memer board tournament and just beak bomb through the snakehead skip door?
Yeah, I know, right?
That was so sick.
The literal task.
We're not worthy.
That was the other thing that I was talking to Alpha and iCup before the match started, and Alpha says he thinks iCup's gonna win the whole thing.
Not on my watch.
After seeing the way iCup played through the first half of this tournament, I just don't see how I can agree with that statement. I mean, especially since iCup's been out all day doing his graduation stuff, I'd be very surprised to see iCup play at his like top standard level today. He's playing pretty well right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, iCup's like stress level and his like gameplay level seems to be like a scale, right? You know, the more stressed he is, like the better he plays, kind of thing.
Well, yes and no. I mean, iCup played against DD Lux, which arguably was his easiest match, and we saw a million mistakes.
Oh,
out of
yeah,
iCup in that match, like a million mistakes.
And again, it is like, you know, the iCup loser's curse, right? You know, he gets down and it's like something awakens within him. It's like
Well, that was the next thing I was gonna say is I think iCup plays to his opponent's skill, like almost always. Like he goes against DD Lux, I'm gonna play just like DD Lux. I go against Alpha, I'm gonna fucking turn it on.
puts forth just enough effort to win, but not to drain
the one
him.
example I think of is like grand finals against you.
Yeah.
In the Memer Boards race, and he fucking goes for the egg shot on Blue Klungo 1. Which is like, if you miss that shot, you are losing so much time. And he was like, nah, I don't give a shit. I'm fucking playing this fucking tournament.
Yeah, that was the hardest I ever played a tournament match in my life, that set against iCup.
Alpha with Haunted Cavern did not do torch jump. So iCup has the opportunity to save some time there later on.
He'll go for it, I'm pretty sure.
iCup's getting freaking bombed to hell right now. Luckily, he's got a nice lead. He bombs
Yeah,
himself.
he's blowing himself up for the memes.
Got some friendly fire.
Blows himself up again at the end. So yeah, what is
But
Alpha
honestly, my
gonna do
money
now?
for the tournament is on GDO. I mean, then I can also say that I took a game off of the guy who won the tournament. It feels good.
I'll be trying. If it's one of
Yeah,
these
that
guys,
was,
if it's
that was
Dango.
probably honestly one of the most surprising tournament results so far, Steve. You getting 2-0'd by iCup when iCup was playing at the level he was playing.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean by, iCup plays to his opponent's skill level.
And I mean, iCup played well in that match, but I also sort of shit the bed. So, I mean, But I mean, that's always the case, right? You just have to play better than your opponent. Like, both sides matter.
Yeah.
All right, well, iCup has MT Kickball out of the way, and MT is done in terms of his 2 Jiggies. He's now heading into Witchy World to catch up with Alpha.
Yeah, so I guess really important thing here, you know, we've seen some people forget turning on the saucer.
Very important step that we have seen people forget in this tournament.
Yeah.
Can I get on the saucer without powering the saucer?
It's also really important to know which Mumbo pad to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've also seen that in the past.
We have seen Schlongster power up all 3 things in which he will figure out which pad it was. Alpha running around a bit here. Grabbing extra
Yeah, I
hits with
think-
the van.
I don't know if he was thinking about getting that one note, but I think he is just trying to get as many notes as he can.
So we're already seeing a difference here. Alpha opting to go for treble clef. I don't think iCup will.
Maybe not. Alpha also went out of his way to get the Space Zone Warp Pad, so that tells me he's probably going to fight Patch.
Well, I think they're... Oh, that might be a possibility. I guess
Yeah,
iCup
'cause-
is not going to fight Patch because he did
Yeah.
not grab Airborne.
Yeah, he's also not
Yeah,
grabbing tickets.
Alpha has no reason to be over in Space Zone, like aside from you know, possibly setting up DCW because he did
why
grab the
did
goggles.
Alpha
So
tag that warp? That's so curious.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, if he's gonna set up DCW, he'll do all his
iCup
van
is
stuff.
climbing dive. I guess this isn't that bad over Cactus, right?
I mean,
Actually,
he needs
this might even
2.
be faster than Cactus. I don't even
He
know.
needs 2 Jiggies.
I know he needs 2, but he's going to get... We were thinking he was
Saucer.
going to get Cactus and Saucer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I forgot about Saucer.
Yeah.
Why do I keep forgetting that goal? Jesus.
iCup taking fall damage there. That means he's got to pretty much get Torch Jump quickly.
I think he's at 3 health, right?
He's at 3 health, so
yeah,
it's
he
gotta
needs
be
to
Oh
get it
now.
first
yeah. Oh yeah,
try.
he's going for it. He needs to
Now or
get it.
never. Nope.
Oh, he missed
nope.
it.
Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
he's
going
got to go
no
around
rounds.
now.
Yeah, he did it with like
dang.
no setup.
Yeah, he's playing it
Oh
real
my
safe,
God.
not doing the teeth jump either.
Oh!
And I can't see where he's going in the
Oh, but-
darkness.
iCup!
Oh my God, iCup!
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God, that was
Well,
stressful.
I guess he can death warp with grenades now if he wants to instead of falling off.
And he can
Yeah.
use the torch.
Or yeah, or the torch. Oh!
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Almost saw the hugest meltdown right there. Yeah, that's kind of nice being able to use that torch there.
Yeah, so much faster.
Okay, now iCup's got to go Van. Man, who was it that didn't kill that guy underneath this? Somebody didn't kill that guy underneath and actually miraculously didn't soft lock in this tournament, and I can't remember who.
Wasn't that Schlongster again?
I think it was either Schlongster or Sunder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because
both
it's not a
Schlong-
guaranteed
There you
thing,
go.
but
Dango's got the stats. Both Schlong and Didi in the same match.
oh, both
Insane.
of them
And
didn't
neither
kill
of them
him.
didn't soft lock, yeah. Or neither
That's
of them
crazy.
soft locked.
But didn't Didi do it after he had already thrown the... Oh no, it was Schlongster who did it after he had already thrown the Globo to Mumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you can't soft lock if you've already done that.
Yeah.
Alpha taking damage on the electric fence.
I mean, at least the fence doesn't move away from you, so it's a good strat, I think. Freaking
It's
Jippo
not
gyms,
really
they're
in
always...
the way, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the Jippo gyms, they always move away from you
Oh,
so far.
oh,
This one
this
is
is
really
a-
close.
Oh, man.
This is a nice Jippo gem to find.
Yeah.
But of course, when he like, you know, regains. Oh, the other one's
Both-
running
both-
towards him
both-
too.
Both of his
Oh, he's
gyms
turning
are in
around,
good
though.
spots.
They both just like wide away from him.
Oh,
They're looking
at
They're
walking away.
into the corners. They're walking into the worst spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, iCup
just
didn't go
always
for
troll
treble
you.
clef. iCup warped straight to back of 10. So Alpha's going to be up in notes by 40 now? Is that true? Because iCup hasn't gotten... Well, I guess iCup will have the chance to get... Oh, actually a perfect Jippo
That
jump
was
comeback.
yeah, perfect.
Nice.
So yeah, iCup will be down 40 unless he chooses to go to Plateau again before DCWing.
I mean, he can just get the notes even if he decides to DCW right away.
That is true. He could just grab them before going in. I always forget about that. Well, yeah, Alpha does definitely have this cheetah page as well. Alright. Well, now, what is Alpha going to do? Alpha did not grab any tickets, I'm pretty sure.
He'll
I think
probably just set up
Alpha is-
DCW.
He's just gonna, yeah, shoot the DCW.
Yeah, you're right.
Be interested to see if he DCWs right away, but I would assume so because he's getting so many notes.
Yeah, he's got 315, so to get Hatch, he would still have to leave TDL.
That's true, yeah.
But he does have enough for Clockworks, so he could
Maybe he's
probably
just
just
going-
leave TDL and come back later.
He could also just go to credits.
Yeah, that's true. I think credits would be not that bad either, because then he can do the.
Then
he
you can
just
go
do
to
the warp to
TDL
the
with Clockworks as well.
Or yeah, he doesn't even need to warp to the top, because yeah, he doesn't need Terry.
You probably skip TDL jiggies, right? Because what do you get if you don't fight Terry? It's
Oh.
like Roar Cage, and the second jiggy is always bad.
Yeah.
Dippy. Usually.
Yeah, but then-
From what we've seen.
Yeah, but you
he's
don't have
skipping
Talon
JRL
Torpedo.
too.
Yeah, but these guys aren't gonna do. Yeah.
I'm guessing you skip TDL and GI, right?
I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of it either, Dango.
Because you can get stomping planes Roar Cage. It's not like terrible.
I mean, you could, but
I think you're probably right though. TDL and GI seem like the best to skip. HFP jiggies are just so fast.
Yeah.
And they have to go to CCL for eggs, so.
yeah. So in spite of what I said in the beginning, you probably want
JRL
to get HFP
jiggies are
jiggies,
chosen
yeah.
for them. Tip Top and Smugglers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, GI jiggies are pretty fast too, but just no reason to go there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it would just be break in tin tops from the rafters, drop down, Weldar jiggy, death warp, leave.
Yep.
That rafter shot is just a solid part of the meta at this point.
Yeah.
Used to be like this impressive thing, and now it's like, okay, if you don't do that, you're dead.
Alpha opting to get Ice Eggs for Cole. How do we feel about that?
Could also
Pretty-
be planning to do Chili Billy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He didn't fight Patch.
That's probably actually the reason he's getting him.
Yep.
Yeah, neither of these guys are doing Patch, I don't think.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
Cole- I
And
think
if
Cole's
they're
right.
not, like Cole said, if the goal is timed with Chili Billy in mind, if Alpha knows that, then he would just be going for it.
Yeah. I kept walking a little further for his Jeppa Gym. At the end of the world. So wait, does Alpha fight now and grab notes before DCWing? No, he's just gonna go into JRL.
No, because Alpha will want to go into HFP with Clockworks to get his second G or his two
Oh, that's
jiggies
right, I
at
forgot
the
about
same time.
jiggies, Yeah. Oh yeah, and then Alpha's got to go do kickball too.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
And that's where he'll finish it off.
iCup has done all of kickball, and all Alpha's done is lift the train. Although I guess I guess Alpha is already in JRL.
Yeah. Like Alpha's HFP route, I imagine, will be like enter, grab his two jiggies, train switch, drop down, or fight the dragon, then beak bomb to train switch, hit the train switch, and then drop down and do kickball.
Yeah, I mean, sounds pretty good.
Or I mean, do slit clip, but I don't know. Can you do slit clip as BK?
I don't think you can.
I don't think-
I don't think I've ever done. I
I
don't
don't
know
think you
if
can get the
Banjo
clockwork
stands
low
too
enough.
tall.
Yeah, I don't think you can get the clockwork low enough underneath the crack. Maybe if you stand back, like away from the wall, but there's definitely.
Yeah,
like,
or
no
if you
setup
stand
for
like
that.
a little further out, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never tried it before.
I guess you could just drop down after Chili Billy, split up and get like Ice Wall, and then Slit Clip, and then
Oh, that's true. You
Recombine.
can fight Chili Billy first and then get the two jiggies. Yeah.
then recombine and just go to the Coliseum. It's not super fast,
They're
but it's
not
not
gonna do
terrible.
Ice Wall though, right? I mean, they're gonna try not to go to Icy side, hopefully.
I mean, what's your second Jiggy then?
Oh yeah, I guess you
Yeah.
have to kill
The old-
both Dragon Brothers, don't you?
Yeah. And the only other one on Fireside is Volcano, which is a big no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Volcano is definitely not the choice.
But I mean, Ice Wall is just, it's a loading zone and then you Death Warp.
Yeah.
And you don't have to deal with like aliens, cutscene, or whatever, so going to Icy side is not a problem.
Yeah.
Alpha with the running shoes.
Alpha is running out of JRL.
Speeding out.
So yeah, where is Alpha gonna go now? I'm surprised he's. Is Alpha?
Maybe
going
he's gonna get
HFP
the-
right now.
Maybe he's just gonna get the notes. Because I think going into the level just right now is
He could just
kind of weird.
Okay,
Maybe
now
he'll-
I actually hate what he's doing. Why did he
Yeah.
not get the 20 notes
Yeah.
outside?
Because getting the notes and then just like save and quit, do your DCW.
Well, here's
then
what
come
I
back here
thought
with
was going to
blocks.
happen. He grabs the 20 notes, he grabs any other notes he needs. Train station, drop down, do kickball. Get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Then come back
Yeah.
for a potential second trip with clocks. But
Yep.
now I'm like, okay, you just gave away 20 like absolutely free notes.
Yeah. Well, what? Yeah. I mean, I can see
unless
him.
he's thinking of just skipping HFP altogether.
Well, what he might do is he'll ride the train to HFP after fighting Cole, and then get his 2 Jiggies after that. Because here, the only way where to go is drop down and do your kickball stuff.
Yeah, I just
If he doesn't, he's just throwing.
I feel like leaving that loading zone alone would keep me from doing that though, personally.
Oh my god, Alpha!
Alpha.
That is a pretty
Yeah.
significant time loss.
Yeah, Alpha should have been mashing A button to flutter out of that damage boost.
Oh
He
my
just
God.
he should have just dropped straight down. Like, I don't know why he
That's
moved to
also
the right.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably thinking of like the Jinjo you get like in categories. Some muscle
yeah.
memory there.
Like, I can't imagine Alpha skipping Jiggies and HFP. So he's got to be riding the train to the level and then just getting out and grabbing his Jiggies then.
Alpha.
I
I
got
got caught on the
these.
lantern. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, like, I just don't know. How many notes does he have that he was able to just skip those 20? I just feel like
I
that's a
mean-
throw in itself to just not grab those notes.
Like, Alpha had 315 entering the level. So
Entering JRL, right?
JRL, yes.
Yeah, because
And
he didn't get any in HFP.
Yeah,
Not a
and
single
so he
He got,
got
jollies
blubbers,
and blubbers.
Blubbers, Jolly, and Pano. So that's another
60.
60. So he should have 375.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
doable
so
if
Which-
he decides
yeah.
to. I hate the fact that these guys came to JRL first, though. I just think it would have been so sick to get in an early DCW and come back and do JRL in one trip with Hatch. But maybe that's just asking for way too many notes out of the way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it just doesn't
I-
make sense.
Yeah. See, iCup's doing he's just saving quitting out of JRL. This is what Alpha should have done. And he has 360 notes, so he'll only have to grab like a few. So there's like the 50 and on upper TDL,
Yeah,
and then
I'm so curious why Alpha felt like, because if Alpha is still intending on getting HFP Jiggies, why do kickball now? Why not just end on kickball?
yeah.
You don't know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Alpha could have rode the train with clocks, done all of HFP, and then done this section. And now instead he's going to have to do 2 trips. iCup
do we
is DCW to Terry, though, which
Yeah.
is what we said we liked.
Do we think he's gonna fight him? Hopefully not.
We
I mean,
hope not.
He might.
Hopefully
I could
not,
see
but
him
I
doing
could
it,
see
though.
iCup
Yeah.
fighting it.
Yeah.
I could see him doing it too, but I think he probably knows that it would be a bad idea.
Well, maybe if he fights Terry, iCup is probably thinking, I do 3 of the Terry eggs, I don't go to CCL at all, and I skip a CCL as one of my Jiggy levels. Maybe. But I definitely think that's like way worse than just not doing Terry.
Yeah. I mean,
If you skip
skipping
CCL
CCL
on this-
isn't so bad, but I don't think it's the best level to skip.
Yeah.
It's 2 quick
the
jiggies,
jiggies
it's
are-
3 quick eggs. I think you're throwing
Yeah.
if you skip it. And it's a boss, right? And it's Minji.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
You gotta go to CCL. I don't think he'll fight Terry. I hope he doesn't.
Going to
He's
Terry,
fighting
boys.
He's fighting Terry.
Yeah.
That was a nice clippable moment.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I don't think Icon will do this. Walks inside.
Yeah, so
Well, I mean, Icon gets a free boss out of the way, I guess.
yeah, nice 2 cycle too.
Sick. The slow but safe 2 cycle.
Alpha trolling the Stonies. Oh,
Oh, actually, EF makes a
Oh.
really good point. It is 2 free jiggies.
That
Yep,
is
it
true,
is.
yeah.
It is 2 free jiggies. I did not even think about that.
Yeah, true. That's something we haven't really considered, actually.
So
That makes-
iCup could potentially skip HFP. iCup could skip HFP and GI. Simply go into HFP, hit the train switch, and call the train, and be done.
Or he could skip CCL instead and just get some Terry eggs.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
'Cause
if
I
you're
mean-
doing
Yeah.
I think if you're doing Terry, I would skip CCL.
Yeah. Because at
Like
this point...
I thought of Terry and the 2 jiggies earlier, but it's
now-
like Terry
so what are Icup's
versus
bosses, then? He's gonna
well,
do
I mean after this
Klungo
Klungo 2
2.
and then a dragon probably. But he never learned ice eggs. So
but-
I don't
and then,
think.
and then Old King Cole, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, but without ice eggs.
So
Gonna be tough.
Well, he could do Chili Billy. Or, I mean, Chili Willy, if you wanted to.
Oh god, that's terrible though.
But,
that's very long.
wait, I can't remember. Is the first Dragon Brothers always 6 HP?
The first one is always
Yes.
easy.
Okay.
Yes, the first
so,
one's-
Yeah, I mean,
But still, you have to go for
yeah, you
Chili
still
Willy
have to prep
early.
it up. Yeah, I know you have to do the setup, but I thought I remembered that correctly, that the first one is always 6.
Yeah.
Right, there's 2 jiggies there
Yeah,
for
But
Ico.
like you
Alpha's
couldn't
done
pay
the
me
call.
you couldn't pay me enough to do Chili Willy if I didn't have to.
Right.
Cause fuck that
Yeah.
trick.
God, I actually kind of like this route now from iCup, because now he can just drop a new hatch.
Yeah, just needs to get his notes first. But
Yep.
I mean, he'll have enough on his way up, probably.
Yeah, it's actually perfect because there's 60 notes without the treble and the river passage notes. So this is actually really good
Now,
note routing.
390, it's literally going to be perfect note routing.
Yep.
It's literally
This
perfect.
is
60.
calculated.
Yep.
Yeah. This is 200 IQ from iCup.
Yep.
He grabs 390, he gets 30 more. Boom, ba. Leave hatch cave, grab clocks.
Yeah, even splitting up out here.
Yeah, I like this. Wait, Alpha saved and quit out of what there?
Setting up DCW to credits, I think. I don't know if it was credits.
I don't know if Alpha set up a DCW. I think Alpha's just
Yeah,
gonna go do
he
the
definitely
train.
did something on the
On
menu
the main
screen,
menu he did?
but maybe he was just going back to his file. No, he set up
No.
DCW.
I have no
just
idea
didn't see
where
where.
he's going.
It's gonna be a surprise.
It was a fast DCW though, so it was probably credits.
or Mingy.
Oh, he went
or
into Terry? Okay, it was Terry.
Terry, okay.
So is Alpha gonna fight Terry?
No.
No, he's choosing not
No.
to.
iCup has hatch.
The difference in routes between these guys have been pretty sick.
Alpha with the big jump.
Yeah, so he's gonna be getting the rest of his notes
Wow,
here.
Perfect landing. Oh, but Alpha's got to jump down for 15. God,
Yeah.
that would have been so hot if he right there had 405.
Yeah, he should have
ICUP
just grabbed the
hatched
notes
one
around
egg.
fucking HFP, man.
That's what I
Yeah.
said. I mean,
Yeah.
that was like a huge throw by not grabbing those.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't disagree with you at all. Like, skipping
Like, I
those
just
was
don't know
bad.
why, if you're going to HFP and you're right there and you still needed notes, why not? So
Yeah.
ICUP only hatched one egg.
Yeah.
Makes me
Actually,
think he's
PETA, the
gonna
card was too good.
He's gonna get. So ICUP's gonna do all three in CCL and probably Tip Top, right? That's what we're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. I actually really like this route now from ICUP.
Yeah.
I did
So
not
he
originally
is.
see the DCW to Terry, but now I'm like, wow. it's
So
gotta
he
be.
is skipping HFP and GI for Jiggies.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense then. That he also skipped ice eggs.
Yeah. Now we're
I
going
guess
to
it's pretty
Mungo.
hard to not do Mingy for bosses.
Especially for 5 bosses.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just your route it just works out. Yeah, iCup has done 0 towards train. He still needs to lift it.
Yeah, but that's.
But that's not that
really
long.
Not a big deal though.
Because
at
iCup
this
can just
point
lift
in
the
time.
train, death warp back, and then just warp back. I mean, yeah, it's time, but it's not a lot of time. I think what killed Alpha's route with it was his double HFP trip.
I agree.
And I mean, it's just one of those, like, I mean, like we said at the beginning with the card, like, not only was it kind of hard to pick a row, but there's so many different ways you could have done this route.
Is there a world where they could actually DCW to Terry right after Witchy World, though? I mean, because I feel like if they had that option, that was 100% the best option.
I mean, yeah, they could have just, if they were planning on beating Terry, just DCW right after Witchy World, beat Terry, grab notes on the
notes
way down.
everywhere.
But then you have to come back for Hatch. I don't think there's any way that they have enough notes for Hatch.
I mean, if you get every single note in the first 3 levels and all the notes in Isle of Hags,
you
then you
definitely
have
got
360.
Yeah,
And
and,
that's-
most of the notes in TDL.
So that's getting everything, though, in the first 3 levels.
Yeah, that is getting
Yeah.
everything. And then you have to get the 60 in TDL. So it does work, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think just the fact that
I
I can
mean-
go into water storage alone is probably
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Just going in there for 20 notes and nothing else feels pretty bad. Especially when you were over there, there's the detonator, so heading over there later is bad.
Because, I mean, yeah, if you're getting the 20 notes around HFP, right? I mean, I guess that's not part of the notes. I
No.
was thinking of those.
Nah, I was thinking not going to cliff top at all before the DCW.
Oh, skipping
Well,
JRO
well,
and HFP.
Potentially,
But you can't
though,
skip HFP.
Potentially, though.
No,
right?
I just mean
if Alpha
before the
got
DCW.
what the hell are you doing, ICUP? If Alpha got the notes that he got, and then the 20 outside, and then went in for the 10, and went up to the train station, and then left and did the same thing ICUP's doing, DCW to Terry and fighting those, and not doing HFP jiggies, I mean, that might be the note route, to be honest.
Potentially,
or were you
yeah.
counting those? Were you counting those in your Isle of Hags notes?
No, I meant before the DCW, don't go to Clifftop at all. So then you have access to 60 notes in Isle of Hags, right? Plus
Right.
3 times 100. And then you get to 360. I mean, I'm not saying that's the way to go. I'm just saying that's the max you could
available.
potentially get
Yeah.
before Clifftop.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the
Well,
play.
I wasn't saying
Yeah,
don't go
I mean-
to Clifftop. I was saying don't go into JRL.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think doing JRL in one trip is like the best thing ever here if you can do it.
So SHM, would you say just like you'd go to Clifftop, get the warp, spawn the bridge, get
Now
the
that
20
we
notes around the
said-
level, then save and quit?
Now that we said Terry was like a poggers, I would have done kickball early like ICUP did. But I would have gone to Clifftop after Witchy World, opened the bridge, gotten the 20 notes, Maybe a couple extra notes.
Oh
in,
my God, no!
Wait, he can save this.
Yes, jump, jump.
Yeah!
Oh, did it. That's good thinking.
Yeah, hit the bridge, go into HFP, maybe get some extra notes, hit the train station switch, then save and quit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice beat bomb from Ike.
That was a hot deep
That
bomb
was
to that
sick.
egg.
That was super fast.
And Death Ward.
I feel like the stream has been like 10% talking about the gameplay and like 90% theory crafting,
crafting.
routing possibilities.
Well, that's the nice thing though about having such a complex card. These are the rows that you just love to see being picked because the route varieties can just change in so many ways.
Yeah,
and
this
it's
is
not
like the
one.
opposite of an
It's not
auto-scroller.
one. It's not one set of goals on the card is good, and for that set of goals, just one route is the one you have to do, or else you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's so much possibility in this. So much
I mean, it
variety.
still could be like that, but
Alpha did hatch the egg in Hatch Cave, right? Like for sure he did. I
wasn't
have
looking.
To assume when he went in there, he did.
I was watching iCup almost throw his CCL, but
Yeah.
Can somebody
I mean,
do
I
a
would've
nice double check
assumed
for
it
me, Dango, if you remember, or anybody else in chat?
I thought Alpha wasn't gonna cancel
I
his
think this
beak
is
bomb fast
4.
enough.
Hey, Zebra,
Yes, this is game one.
It's game one, and it's a spicy quesadilla.
Alright, Mingy done from iCup.
iCup's done with half his levels. And everything else is pretty easy, right? Smugglers.
Yep.
iCup still has to get Smugglers, Saucer, and Old King Cole, and he's done.
I like how both of them jumped around that note nest outside blue exit. Like
They wanna
right
stay
in the
at
middle.
420.
Just jump out of the way.
iCup's probably gonna go lift the train now, right? Oh no, he's going HFP.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that makes sense, right?
He'll want to take the
You wanna
train
just ride the
directly.
train after grabbing
Yeah.
the Jiggy.
Yep.
Oh no, iCup's gonna clean up JRL first.
Yeah. Finish his hatching, go get, and he can do that in one split up too. Because he's already
Alpha
blown
has
open the door.
fucking terrible Mingies. Oh, this'll work.
Oh, he didn't blow open the statue.
God, this is so laggy. Holy
This
shit.
is a really laggy angle. Oh, and the camera's out of bounds. Yeah, I think iCup forgot that he didn't blow up the monument or the treasure chest or whatever it is.
Yeah, so at this point in time, I think Alpha's completely dead on this row. I mean, Alpha's gonna have to exit the train in HFP, do HFP Jiggies, and do a Dragon Brother. Which I think is just terrible.
Yeah, iCup definitely pulled ahead. And I mean, yeah, he does have train stuff to do, but that's not going to take him that long.
It's probably like a minute. It's not too bad.
I wonder what the game would look like right now if Alpha didn't die in HFP. I mean, he would be a little more ahead than where he is currently, but probably not by much enough to matter.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not like a super costly death, right? He respawned like right there.
He respawned at the entrance and had to, walk his way over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
35. Now, if he didn't die and just did it with clockworks, maybe that's a different story.
If he just grabbed some notes and didn't have to reclimb the mountain and TDL, it would have been different.
I think I kept coming in here with BK was a mistake, though. I think I definitely would have done it as solo K. Because then you get that nice death warp back to town, and then you can run out.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Rather
save
than
quitting.
save and
There
quit.
definitely was no reason to do it as BK. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, now he'll just have to warp to clifftop again.
So yeah, ICUP's got to go to GGM, ride the train in, save and quit.
I mean, he could just fight Cole, save and quit, and then call the train.
True.
It's you can tell iCup doesn't, or Alpha doesn't run 100%, having to jump on there with ice eggs. Doesn't know the ice egg strat for Cole. And boom goes the Cole.
Both at 4 bosses. I kept running around with the shoes so he doesn't have to walk the Seamus Mumbo.
And he got the extra Globo, which he didn't need.
Yeah.
And now he
Almost
warped
could-
to the entrance?
Dude,
Wait,
what?
What is
he
iCup doing?
Oh, ICUP's gonna do Saucer.
Oh, he's gonna do
What?
Saucer and then come back in.
Oh,
Wait,
do the
yeah.
why
cool
would
stuff.
you come back in though? Why would you come back through Fuel Depot?
I guess-
mean,
I guess because after you do the old King Cole stuff, you're going straight to HFP, so you
yeah.
wouldn't have another chance to do this. I mean,
think
this is
this
the
actually
fastest way
makes-
to get to Saucer.
Yeah, I think this actually makes sense. It's kind of
Didn't this
weird, but I
Didn't
think
this
it's
happen in the
best
Memer
way.
Boards tournament too?
Didn't what happen?
I feel like someone, went to GGM, did Saucer, and then went back into GGM through the...
Yeah, maybe. I honestly can't.
I think
remember.
I did it, but I think I was berated for it too.
Well, yeah, but I only think you're berated because it's just really never been seen. I think I would have ended my route on Saucer. I don't know. I think I would have saved and quit and gone back to GGM. But maybe that's slower. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I mean, I don't hate this. I think it's alright. It's just really unusual, I guess.
Oh god, is Alpha doing Volcano?
Oh, no.
I mean, I already said Alpha was dead doing. As soon as
Alpha.
we saw TDL being done as exquisitely as we did by iCup, Alpha has definitely thrown the game 1.
Yeah, Volcano, especially when you have Slit Clip and Ice Wall, like right there.
Yeah, I just think it's like the classic, like, single section minded, like, oh, I don't want to go to the icy side.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I agree with you. I think Volcano is just so, I mean, these cutscenes alone.
Yeah. Like, he could have gotten Slit Clip and been on his way to Icy Side right now.
Yep.
Nah, he'll just get HFP kickball for that sick stony synergy.
Yeah, that'll be a second.
That would be nice. That would
Second
be
Jiggy.
nice. That would be perfect.
You could have done that in one trip. Don't even need clockworks.
Was there an F that let you combine? I guess there wasn't. I was
The
gonna see if
kickball
there-
jiggies?
I
No.
was gonna see if there was an F that combined. Did wait, did Alpha get the jiggy?
I think he
And
did.
then he death whipped? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the very first thing I looked at on the card when I saw them, but...
Yep.
Wait, so
What?
now what is
He's going to Ice?
What?
Alpha is not doing slit clip.
I
He's gonna
don't
do-
understand
He's
that.
gonna do Ice Wall and Willy.
I mean, maybe Alpha doesn't know that you can get to Slit Clip without Wing Whack.
There's
That's the
no
only-
way.
There's no way.
There's no way he doesn't know that.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Like that jump has been done like a million times in this tournament. There's no way he doesn't know.
Because I mean, Alpha's like, he should know how to do Slit Clip fine enough. I don't know. That's definitely a question for him after the bingo. Why no Slit Clip?
So, okay, Alpha has 3 levels.
Oh, he's doing Chili Billy now.
Why did he
Willy,
get
that's
ice
what
eggs
I
if
said.
he was
Willy,
gonna do
sorry.
this?
I
Why did
have
he get
no
ice
idea
eggs
why
then?
he got ice eggs.
What?
That's a great question.
I'm so confused.
I mean, I guess this is fast. Do ice wall and then jump up is
I
faster
mean,
than
he did the
having to
trick
go all the way back
perfectly as
down.
well.
Yeah, for the flight pad.
Yeah,
I think Alpha might have just changed his mind a bunch of times. Like,
Did he get Ice Eggs just for Cole?
probably.
Does he not know about just using grenades?
He does. Because he's fought Cole with grenades.
Okay.
Classic
Yeah,
icap
we're
didn't
gonna have to
know
ask
any
him that.
points. All right. I kept running back in through Fuel Depot. ICAP is just about done here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, kind of a sick row. ICAP is really, really close. Well, I guess he still has to lift the train, but definitely like a 1-0 something.
I didn't think it was gonna be that when they picked it.
Alpha egg cycling.
Yep. That's the end of his bosses.
Egg cycling to Death Warp only to land outside the train and have to save and quit. He thought he was going to be able to just walk out and go to JRL. Oh my god. That is too fucking funny.
Forgot about that.
So yeah, now he has to go back to the clifftop silo. My god. What a mess.
Is he actually at 3 out of 6?
He's going to MT, so maybe he's gonna hatch Heggies yet. He's going to
done
Heggy.
MT. Actually, you know, you're right. He does have more. He's done
MT.
He's done GGM for sure.
MT, GGM, HFP.
Wait, has he done GGM? He only got
CCL, right?
He's done GGM. CCL.
That's it, I think, right?
So 4.
Yeah.
Because he still has to do JRL and he still has to do Saucer.
Oh yeah, because he did Waterfall. That's right.
Yep.
He still has to do JRL and he's hatching this instead of Tip Top? What is his other Jiggy? Unless he didn't get Hatch Cave. But did somebody tell me he got Hatch Cave Egg?
I don't know if anyone actually went back and looked.
I don't think anyone.
Let me get on that.
Like,
I'll get on
unless
that.
Tip Top is actually his 5th egg and I've miscounted.
But then,
Yeah, I'll confirm. Just give me a sec. I'll check the receipts here. Let's see.
Because, right? Or maybe he only did... I'm pretty sure he did all... He would have done all 3 eggs in CCL, Heggy.
No,
Okay,
he learned
he
hatch.
did not get Hatch Cave.
Yeah, he learned hatch and then he immediately death warped.
oh man, I think that was a huge mistake.
I think that's also a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Why would you go to Heggy over that egg?
Because I mean, yeah, he could have done hatch cave, left hatch cave,
You know how long
and
it
then
takes to get all the way down to Heggy and back? Not to mention
Yeah.
you have to shoot open the split up pad.
And you
He
have
didn't
to
fight
go
Terry.
oh, that's right, he didn't
He
fight
didn't fight
Terry. That's
Terry.
right. That's
Oh,
right.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
we made a big deal of that, and then we forgot. Yeah, that's right. All right, well that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Alpha actually got baited by timings. Just like we said. And iCup said, I don't believe. And iCup wins. This is actually... iCup has actually gotten such a sick time with this row.
Yeah, that is the losers bracket ICUP we know.
You got that right.
And like we said earlier, playing to his opponent.
Yep.
He doesn't have to play well, he just has to play better than Alpha.
Yep. That is iCup's 5th boss defeated. He grabs this Jiggy, he'll be at...
I don't know why he.
iCup
iCup?
hasn't gone to HFP.
Oh, that's right. He's gonna just pull the train in.
I forgot he can't actually ride the train. Okay, this actually was fairly close then. I mean, Alpha definitely chose the worst route on this level, but I mean, Alpha's gonna be in Saucer before
Yeah.
iCup calls the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna probably be like maybe a third, maybe halfway done Saucer.
Man, now I'd really like to know how close this would have been if Alpha didn't die in HFP.
Yeah, I like how they all kind of did their own thing, and then when they come together, they were
Imagine
actually
if
like really
Alpha
close.
didn't die in HFP and got notes outside HFP. I think it
And
actually is fucking so close.
Yeah,
And didn't learn Ice
I
Eggs
think
for
so
no
too,
reason.
Django.
And did Slit Clip and didn't learn Ice Eggs. Yeah, I mean, we could list a million things. It's not necessarily that the 2-trip HFP killed Alpha, it's that he decided to do HFP Jiggies. Because he could have done everything he did in HFP 1 and it would have been okay. And then he could have DCW'd. But he chose to instead come back.
When you pull them in, Alpha's gonna be like, "I knew it! I knew it!" Man, I really hope the rest of the games in this set are just as close.
Just as close, yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun to see bingos that kind of, end really close together.
I wonder if iCup's thinking the same thing, though. Although, honestly, I don't think iCup can be nervous at all. iCup, did he even make, any huge mistakes in that row? I mean, iCup played that row pretty fucking solid.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did really
I
well.
can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Besides him fumbling on the first egg in
Yeah.
CCL, I mean, it was
That
pretty
was
much,
the only thing.
His
incredibly
biggest
solid.
mistake was Klungo 1.
Yeah, true.
I mean, he did kind of prove us wrong
Just
when we
over a
thought his
104 here.
routing wasn't that good, because it ended up being pretty sick.
Time.
G fucking
GG's.
G. My
GG's.
God, let's pull him in. All right, GG's.
GG's.
It was
Nice
so
round,
close.
iCup. God, it was close.
Yeah. I hate ending bingos on train cutscenes because I'm like, oh, they're gonna pull me in any second. I'm just
Well,
watching
how
this
do you
cutscene.
think? How do you think Alpha feels doing Saucer Apparel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About a
This
minute.
is
They're gonna
Saucer
pull me in, they're gonna
Apparel's
pull
his
me in, they're gonna
last
pull me
thing.
in.
Did we pick the same row?
You guys
Yes.
did the same row. Same row, but entirely different routes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really cool to see, actually.
Yeah, the only reason I got Ice Eggs was because for the longest time I thought I was gonna do Billy. Then wait a
Same.
second, it makes so much sense to DCW to Terry. That's a free 2 Jiggies in the boss.
Well,
Oh, you
Alpha
did Terry,
also
interesting.
DCW to Terry, but didn't fight Terry.
Yeah. Alpha, I think, thought he was gonna do Billy as well,
Yeah.
and then went to Willie instead.
Yeah, I had no need for Ice Eggs. Once I was at Ice 1, I was like, I need another boss. I'm right here. Might as well
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, it worked out perfectly because you did Ice Wall and then you were right there. Whereas if you
Yeah.
did Chili Billy, you would have had to
Yeah.
run all the way to the flight pad.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha,
We
I
thought-
have to ask. I'm sorry
yeah,
to
yeah.
interrupt, but
Yep.
I have to ask. Why did you not get the notes outside HFP? Why did you just run in? Did you just think you were good on notes? You just didn't need them? You were like, I don't need any more for Hatch. I'm good.
I mean, so if I got those, I'd have been at 395.
If you got those notes, you did not have to jump down to the springy notes. You
Right,
could have gone
right,
right
yeah,
in
yeah.
Hatch Cave.
Yeah, I spaced those notes honestly. I thought I had enough, and Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
That, and obviously it's not like the one major thing, but that was the one thing I
Right.
was like, why skip those notes?
Yeah, I just
But
spaced
yeah,
it.
spaced it would make sense. It was
Alpha, I
honestly really close. I mean, Alpha, if you didn't get that gay death in HFP 1, and then
Yeah.
and then if you like didn't grab ice eggs, I think it would have been, I mean, a real nail biter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alpha,
Alpha,
I
why
have
did
one
you-
question too.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to do Volcano Jiggy instead of Slit Clip?
Tournament nerves. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to fuck with it.
All right.
I practiced it before the tournament, and I was just like, I was getting it sometimes, not all the time. So I was just like,
Okay.
but yeah, Volcano was so fucking slow.
Yeah, we were like 300 IQing your route. We were like, Alpha's gonna get Clockworks. He'll do HFP in one trip. You know, do his 2
Yeah.
jiggies. He'll do his boss. Then he'll go get the train, drop down, and do kickball. And then you like went into HFP right away, and we were like,
Yeah, well, I mean, my thought process on that was either I either make a one trip HFP super late and ride like the thing I was debating was, do I ride the train in HFP or am I just going to call it there? That was where my
yeah,
big divergence was. So
Well, the other thing you had to play off of too was routing in kickball. iCup did kickball early
okay.
with
Oh,
the
yeah, I was
like
nastiest
the,
angle I've ever seen.
yeah, it was pretty hot.
That was sick.
I was only gonna try it once, but I failed it once and landed on top of the stadium. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it again, and I got it, and I was so happy.
Nice, that's sick.
Yeah, I was gonna say
fucking do it
sorry we
again.
didn't have many questions to ask you in this post game ICUP, but we all thought your routing
Oh, I
was
have a
pretty
question
solid.
for
So.
iCup. iCup, what the hell was that Congo 1?
Oh yeah, standing too far
I
back.
just like autopiloted. Okay, so at the start of the race, instead of clicking start seat, I accidentally clicked share results. So I was trying to close out
Nice.
Hello?
the card, and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta shoot eggs for Clungo.
Nice
So good.
meme.
Like about
That's
like
funny.
55 minutes again, 55 minutes in, I had like 2 goals done, and I was like, this is fucking over. But
Yeah,
they knocked
Yeah.
out so quick in like 5 minutes.
I mean,
I'm
I
glad
think
I got
we
the stadium early. I thought my route was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we thought it was going to be a little more one-sided than it actually turned out being. But
Yeah.
then, like when you guys kind of converged at the end, we were like, "All right, this is actually like pretty close."
Yep.
All right, well,
GGs.
great first game, guys. That was super fun. We'll take a small little break here, bathroom, get water, and we'll get you guys set up for game 2.
Sounds good.
Be right back.
Guess you were right, iCup. It could go 50-50. Jesus. We'll see. Don't chew on me. Come on, give me a chance, bro. No, I mean, for what I wanted to do, I played well. There was a few things I just didn't do right. Like
When you didn't do Terry, we immediately thought it was over, but your route actually was like, it was all coming together at the end, and again, like we said, it was super close. I would have loved to see what would have happened if you got the notes, didn't die, didn't get ice eggs.
Yeah, I mean, I had
think it
two
would've
deaths.
been very close.
I had the 2 deaths in HFP. Like the one was like stupid. Like I thought when I died on Chili Willy, like I would spawn at the entrance and just run into JRL, but
Yeah.
I always forget that interaction.
Oh yeah. The death orb after Willy was, we were laughing at that one too.
Yeah.
Because we also didn't immediately like think, oh, he's gonna come out of the train, but then you came out of the train. We were like, Lamau. All right, well, I've posted a second seed for you guys when you're ready to pull that up.
Was that the best row on the card, or did you guys look at that?
The card is, in terms of the algorithm, everything is very similar. I
Okay.
think that was probably the one with the best synergy.
Yeah, it was for me. It was between that and F7. So, but F7, I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to refill my drink. BRB.
I Dingpot, just prepare. You gotta prepare. Just practice your heart out, man.
If nothing else, you may get a PB out of it.
It's all about having fun.
That's also true.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well,
Am I one game away from being sent back to no DCW? Oh baby,
It's your choice to make, Alpha.
I'll try.
Or are you 2 games away from advancing?
See.
Who knows?
So iCub, what bosses did you do? You did Terry and then what?
K1, K2, Terry, Minji, Cole.
Okay.
all
I
right.
did.
This break between matches gives me time to do my Genshin dailies. Like a weeb.
Weebs out. It was like the fastest I picked a row in a while. I had that shit selected by like leaving Bottle's house.
Yeah, I would have got baited by that one. I saw F2 and I was like, zing.
Yeah, that card was tough. I got goggles just to have a little bit more rounding time.
Yeah, I got goggles as well.
I get goggles every bingo now.
Yeah, I've been getting in the habit of it. I thought it was a bad strat, but it really isn't, especially if you're not going for honeycombs and don't want to get the one in gondola.
Yeah. I've just been messing up Gondola DCW lately, so I just I just get the goggles and do normal DCW setup, so I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it.
That's another thing I think lost me time there was I should have just gone to the DCW'd even though I got the goggles. It would have saved me from retransforming into BK after Mumbo. Doing the
Yeah.
death court. In hindsight, I guess.
All right. Are we back and ready to go?
Yep.
iCup?
Yeah, I'm ready to beat Alpha again so I can celebrate my graduation night.
Wow. You heard her here first, folks. What's going to happen? Can Alpha bring it back, or is he destined to exit in 4th? You guys both ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Chatters, commentators, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, then we will start game number 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right,
Gotta open
I
the
will
card.
Reveal the card and start the timers when these guys set off here. All right, and here is our board with Golden Goliath in the middle.
Oh, baby.
But they will probably not be using the Golden Goliath if they want to grab that jigging.
Mm-hmm. Well, unless they do F12. But they probably won't.
Oh, use 7 Mumbo pads with it, yeah.
Use 7
Yeah.
Mumbo pads, sack
Well,
back, kick ball.
Star Spinner.
Terry's kids jig.
Oh, Sack Pack is an extra goal, though. Yeah, and Monka S, no.
Yeah.
And someone Mumbo pads and Star Spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sack Pack as an extra goal is a hell no. Ooh,
Both
man,
of them
I
going
really,
into
I actually
Clungo
would
about
like,
the same time.
I actually would like F4 if it wasn't Sack Pack as an extra goal.
Ooh, Alpha got blue potion too, compared to iCup's red. Let's see if he'll go for the YOLO shot.
No way.
I hope he doesn't.
Yeah. I also hope he doesn't.
Yeah. My eyes always seem to converge on like rows that have white Jinjo in them. Like
just-
3 Jiggies and 5 levels really sucks for F7. Same with the 7 Mumbo pads, Terry's Kids, but
Yeah.
Star Spinner, you get access to all 3 of the Mumbo pads in Witchy World. Yellow Jinjos are pretty early, but then there's 7 bosses again.
What about F6?
Well, F7 you could do Crushing Shed, right? I mean,
That's true.
it's not the worst. But what are your... I mean, the 5 levels, though, I think are really what's going to fuck you.
Yeah.
How do we like F8? F8
Hang on.
has Weldar. Although, everything else is pretty decent after that.
F8, Steve, you said F6?
Yeah. Got
5 in HFP, all notes. Those are fast. TDL Jiggies with Terry's Kids. That's 3 free Jiggies. 3 Jiggies in 5 levels.
And then
HFP.
HFP Kickball with the
Kickball.
HFP Jiggies.
Yeah.
Green
F6
Jinjos is pretty
looks
fast.
good.
Yeah, I actually do kind of like F6.
I think F6 is pretty hot.
I mean, it's 2 extra Jiggies in HFP and TDL, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. But it
But
also
all
gets
green
2 of your
Jinjos
goals
takes
out of the
you-
way.
All 3 green Jinjo, or 5 green Jinjos takes you deep into 8 JRL, which isn't great either. Because you
That's
probably
true.
won't be doing JRL Jiggies.
Nah. Huh.
Let's have a look at F8.
F8.
I think the only reason I don't like F8 is just having to do Weldar. But,
I think the train switches kind of suck for that one too.
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't like the 5 bosses in there either.
But I mean, your Jiggies in 5 levels, you could just kind of get Jiggies in
It is
levels
true
that
that
have
Weldar
the
is a
train
boss.
switches.
It is true that Weldar is a boss. It's just a lot of time you spend.
Yeah.
Going
If I
through
was doing
Weldar.
this card myself, I would probably do F6, but I don't mind F8 either.
I definitely would not do F6 just because I am insanely biased against Jiggies in HFP. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah, 5 in HFP is like so incredibly fast, but they are all kind of hard.
5 at HFP means you better be really confident with Slip Clip, you better be really confident with Super Slide or Shack Pack Skip.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
And then-
not fun. This is game 2, Sunder, yes. ICUP took
Yeah.
game 1.
I guess in an optimal practice scenario, it would be good. I imagine. I mean, Alpha said before, and we even saw it in game 1. He wasn't feeling Slit Clip,
Yeah.
so he probably wouldn't opt to take F6.
I don't really see
Alpha
anything
caught
else
up
on here.
ICUP. I don't know how, but
Might have been Treble Jump.
maybe.
Did they both grab goggles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both just came out of Bottle's house. They're pretty much synced. They're synced.
Yeah, I'm not seeing two other ones that, or too many other rows that trump those 2 rows we looked at.
Yeah, same. Yeah, like my money is on F6
Wait,
for
you
sure.
mean you don't like F2?
F2. Oh man, 6 in Witchy World. 6 in GI. Oh man.
HFP kickball.
Yes, 6 in Witchy World, everything in GI,
But
and
guys, you get a
kickball.
Weldar Jiggy.
And
Mighty
eggs.
Weldar. Yeah, you get Weldar Jiggy the intended way, exactly. Pog.
What does the algorithm say F2 is?
It says
terms of
F2
length?
is a 115.
Yeah,
Which
that's pretty
actually-
high.
Which actually, surprisingly, isn't the worst on the card. It says F3 is a 120. But that has
120.
sack pack in it.
Yeah,
with
probably because it's
Weldar.
got
Yeah.
sack pack in it.
Sack pack with Weldar. And 3 Jiggies and 5 levels each. So, yeah. I mean, as long as they don't pick F3, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a
ICUP,
sponsor,
Incoming
though.
F3 pick.
ICUP has chosen F8,
All right.
Oh boy.
which is one
Not
that we
surprised.
liked. Alpha has chosen F7.
Really?
Yep. He liked the Mumbo Pad synergy.
Oh no.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
liked the Mumbo Pad synergy.
Oh, no.
F7 was the first thing that my eyes jumped to when I looked at the card, but I don't think it's better than F8.
I just hate mumbo pads, man. Like 7 mumbo pads is so slow. It's not even funny.
So what are the 7? I mean, he's gonna get all 3 in Witchy World for sure.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if he didn't get the 2 in GGM as well.
They both have to do 5 bosses again. Yeah, you think
I mean,
he's
you-
gonna lift the train and just do Old King Cole?
Probably.
I mean, there's 3 in TDL that are
The
really
3
fast.
in TDL are really fast, and he's going there for Terry.
Yeah.
So maybe just the train in GGM and then 3 and 3 in Witchy World
Oh,
and
no.
TDL.
Alpha didn't tag the Wooded Hollow silo. No, well, he tagged it on the way in. He would have tagged it on the way in. Because they came from Bottle's house, so they would have had to walk right by it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alpha opting to grab the 40 notes again. iCup with a much better GGM early this time around.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of grabbing those notes in Isle of Hags early, like in Plateau, but I also don't mind it just because, you know, anything to think about your route a little more. And I
don't
think this
like-
one, there's a lot of stuff to think about.
Yeah. I don't like doing it because I always calculate them in to my notes for later, and then if I can't get them anymore later, it
Yeah.
always messes me up.
I mean, I guess there isn't so much thinking. Like, you got to think about your bosses, you got to think about your mumbo pads, and you got to think about your jiggies, but everything else is routed for you. Like, yellow Jinjos are pretty easy.
Yellows are pretty easy, but he can't get either yellow right now.
Well, he could if he doesn't DCW and then quits on the
But he has to get white.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. If you're getting white.
I mean, if he does decide to fight Cole, then he'll come back to GGM anyways, and then he can grab them later.
Honestly, the only thing appealing about Alpha's row is that he doesn't have to DCW to Weldar.
Yeah.
That he gets his, you know, the free choice of the bosses. But I do think the mumbo pads are gonna kind of take him out of it. What are his 5 levels each, right? He's got TDL and GGM chosen. You do MT for sure. And then what are your other 2?
I mean, you do Witchy World 100%.
Yeah. Having to get Star Spinner already.
Oh,
The others,
yeah, and you would do Patch for your boss, yeah.
yeah.
So Witchy World
Patch
and
and
then
then-
CCL? Uh-oh, I got having some trouble with detonating.
Yeah, CCL works because the jiggies there are pretty fast.
And you get another boss?
Yeah.
But you have to do Patch.
I mean, Patch counts towards one of your
Klungo
bosses.
1, Klungo 2, Patch, Cole, Minji.
Yeah.
Well,
mean, no, you fight Terry.
Choose to lift the train. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you fight Terry. Yeah, never mind.
So you could skip Patch and just get the 2 fast ones in Witchy World and Star Spinner. Potentially.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could get Star Spinner. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
you do skip Patch then. But then
I think you do skip Patch because, I mean, Old King Cole, like, sure you have to lift the train, but if you have to use
It
the
is a
Mumbo
Mumbo
Pad
Pad.
anyway,
Yeah.
Cole is
I mean,
a really fast boss fight.
I mean, he literally has to get Star Spinner, so...
So if you lift the train, is it worth it at that point to grab Crushing Shed or no? From
I don't think
Pad
so.
and a Jiggy? You're thinking no?
I don't think so, no. I mean, there's just way faster jiggies in GGM,
Yeah.
and the cutscene
Well,
is so long.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's faster
the
Mumbo Pads.
the cutscene
Yeah.
lifting the boulder isn't that long, so I would say you lift the boulder into the crushing shed, but then you just don't turn it on.
Oh man, you fucking hate to see that.
But I mean, if you have 2 other Mumbos that it can just do 3 pads, I think you would just do that. Because then you have 7, right? So one pad
Yeah.
and GGM will be enough. Because like the TDL pads are super fast, and the Witchy World pads aren't that
Yeah.
bad either.
Well, or you could do all 3 in Witchy World and then all 3 in TDL and then just do lift the train.
Yeah, that's what Steve just said.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Steve was saying the 2 here and then do 1 in Witchy World and then
He was
Nah,
saying
no,
3
no.
and 3.
okay, I misheard that.
Even though EF brings up a good point that it could be better than the one in the Styrac cave. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe.
Well, I mean, when he enters the level, he'll have the warp pad tagged. So
Yeah.
the only dumb thing about that one is that you need to go in there first with Banjo and bust open the boulder.
Yep.
So I mean, what Electric Fortune said there is like true. Just going in there kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's true, especially with all the other shit he has to do in TDL. It's kind of awkward to route that in. So I could
You
see
know, I
an
don't
argument
know.
for
The
skipping
more
that.
I look at Alpha's row, I kind of like it because iCup is going to so many levels. I do think his goal lengths are shorter, but he does have to go to every single level. Whereas I think Alpha has the chance to skip both GI and HFP.
I mean, he doesn't need to go to JRL, right? Oh yeah, he does need the doubloons. That's right.
Yeah.
And then he needs to go to every level that has a train switch.
Yeah. Yes, CCO is 100% Alpha's 5th level.
Yeah.
Where is Alpha going? He never got Mumbo.
Oh,
Wait, what did Alpha
What?
do after?
After Bill Drill.
Yeah.
I've no fucking clue.
Did I just like miss that? What the hell did he do after?
I mean, I think we all just blanked out. Maybe
Did he
maybe
went
he
back
ran
to
straight
Wamba?
for the underground.
Yeah, like the boulder was gone next to Mumbo's
Yeah,
hut. Like,
I think he just ran straight for the boulder and just forgot about the
how do
Mumbo
you
stuff.
forget that?
I think Alpha might
kinda weird.
possibly be tilted out of this tournament. Just based on that alone. I mean, that's like right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like part of one of the like standard sort of walks you do in GGM, right? Just go to Mumbo and then go to P Hut from there.
Yeah, maybe he
Yeah.
wanted to save and quit on Mumbo. But even if you wanted to save and quit on Mumbo, at least tag the
Yeah.
at least tag the
Yeah.
warp.
Tag the
Yeah, like-
warp, grab the notes, and then go to the boulder. Like
Like,
Steve
that's-
said, it is pretty standard. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, Alpha said before, like he's got some nerves going on, so it could just be getting to him. I know that feeling all too well.
Especially now that he's a game down. Yeah, I don't blame him.
The 0-1, I gotta do it. Just kind of thinking about everything he needs to route in.
Losers bracket iCup is a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
Alpha is going to go ahead and use this as one of his Mumbo pads, like we thought.
Pretty good play, I would say.
Ooh,
Ooh, iCup's not getting this. Yeah, good thing he didn't try to beak bomb that. He knew that it wasn't gonna work. That'll be fine though. Yeah, I mean, tired iCup still pulls it off.
Dango sweating already.
So how many jiggies does iCup have an MT? Has he gotten any yet?
0.
Yeah, I guess he didn't get top of temple.
Oh, I guess iCup has to do white and yellow too.
Yeah.
I didn't even see he had yellow.
So do you think iCup gets baited by targets, Ann?
I think iCup's going to come back and shoot Golden Goliath.
Yeah. And then just do like prison, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he gets baited by Target Zen. Well, one really slow boss is enough with Wildor.
Yeah.
Although
And I guess there are
I don't
enough.
know if iCup has fully learned Golden Goliath skip. I think he has because he's been prepping the new 2E Hundo % route for pace. But I don't know if he's fully known it and is confident in it.
EF is right though. He tagged the warp pad next to Wumbo's tent.
Well, if you want a great tutorial on it, I know where you can go to get that. Shill, shill, shill.
We shilling.
We shilling. Hello, y'all from Lady Raid.
I kept flying through the code
Yeah.
chamber. Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I always think I'm decent at entering the code, and then I watch iCup do it, and I'm like, fuck, I'm so slow.
Yeah.
Alpha is definitely the fastest I've seen in this tournament, but
Yeah. I mean, me and iCup do like fast entry of like single letters, but iCup or Alpha does like the
Alpha's got the sequence down.
yeah, he does the double shots.
Yeah, he knows the
That you would
Cheeto
do in
percent
Cheeto
double
percent,
shots.
yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
You like how Asmi does JSG early the most? How many times does he bonk?
I was gonna say, has he done it?
Yeah.
Legend says
Or like
he's still
dong clip
trying.
and fly around.
I like how Dango does JSG early. He does Don Clip. Doesn't even fucking go for it.
I mean, whatever works.
Man, Alpha
I
going
mean,
for
iCup's
the
I
doing
kept
five
bad.
notes by
collecting tickets.
Mumbo.
Yeah. Oh, that was his second ticket. We just didn't see the first one.
Yeah. I thought I remember you going into JSG from behind it, Dango. Maybe that was somebody else. Maybe it was Sunder. No. I can't remember. You've never done that? Maybe I'm
feel
just
like
We'll have to
we
get
only
back to you on that
yeah,
one.
Yeah, maybe I'm just misthinking altogether.
I feel like we only saw that like once though, so I don't think it was.
Oh, Sunder grabbed the honeycomb with Don Clip. That's right. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is what I'm remembering.
Sync move learning.
Yep. No bonks. It was an
We got our
interesting
first
camera
goal
angle.
out of the way. White Jinjo.
Let's just meet in the middle and call it Fedora Clip.
Let's not. When you give me an alternate version of the clip name that is still the number of syllables of Don Clip, I will use it. Until then, Don Clip reigns supreme in my head.
I like Don Clip too.
Schlong Clip, there you go. Yeah, like fuck off, exactly.
Schlong Clip.
Yeah, now I could get used to calling it Vine Clip. I could absolutely get used to calling it that. Alright, that's one train switch down for Ico.
Yeah. I just love. Oh. Oh, I was about to say, oh, I jinxed it.
Yeah, a little
I love
caster
looking at
curse
seeing
there.
those double shots.
Kept getting caught on the fence there.
It was a lot of
I have
grenades,
not
but
been
he
paying
got there.
attention to any of these jiggies. How many did Alpha grab Slumber before coming in?
Yes. Yes, he did.
So he just has Bovina then, right?
Yeah, and he's gonna get that one right now.
Man, all the flies are so close together. Really nice.
But not near him.
Yeah. At least there's not one that's like behind him. It's always the worst.
So he has this done. Got one.
Yep.
He's just doing Doberto, right? Yeah. iCup is doing Mr. Patch. Any Moon lovers? Rest in peace.
He messed up the code.
He's pulling up the code.
All right, he's going for third try code here.
There we go.
Oh, he got it. Good.
Got lucky.
No fourth try code.
Actually save time by messing up the code.
True.
It's optimal. Well, you know,
Optimal.
almost optimal.
Shoutouts to
Yeah.
Thunderstorm.
I
For
literally,
this beautiful
I
Jiggy.
literally can't think of Mr. Patch anymore without thinking of DD Lux. I was thinking DD Lux beak bombing like literally every fucking patch in existence.
Yeah, the best worst patch. I am shocked that Alpha stayed in Talent Trot for that.
Yeah, it was. I was about to mention that was actually a sick fucking jump. Wow,
It's-
what
it's-
a
it's almost
fucking
like-
shot from iCup.
Ooh. Just
Oh,
as he
no.
missed two on the neck.
He like nailed the hard one and failed the easy one.
Yeah. Alright, and the rest is easy, just spam eggs.
Oh man,
Hitboxes!
There you go. it's a freaking joke.
Hey, what are
With-
iCups, or I mean, what are Alphas, Jiggies, and GGM right now doing now?
He's got Dilberta, he's got Small
Dilberta.
Waterfall,
Oh, okay, so this will be 5 then. I forgot.
and
to
then,
count
yeah,
Small
he did
Waterfall.
Generator Power Hut.
Yeah. Okay, so then he does have 2 levels done then. iCup stays in flight.
Stays in flight, sick.
I'd love to see that. I don't know
That
why
was
he
a-
grabbed the Jiggy though.
It was a beautiful big bomb.
'cause that's one of his levels. So wait, did iCup get 3 in MT? He didn't, right? Or did? I'm missing so much.
I mean, he's gonna get Golden Goliath later, so he probably hasn't.
Yeah.
Did he get 3
That
in
is
GGM?
pretty far to the right. I'm surprised that hit the button.
I couldn't tell you honestly. I've
Yeah.
had trouble keeping up, honestly.
I think iCup only got
I mean, he has to go
Power
back to
Hut and Gen
GGM, so he'll probably
or no,
grab
in fact,
some
I
more
think he
later.
only got Gen Cavern. Gen Cavern
iCup?
Small, and I think he only got Gen Cavern and Small Waterfall. I don't remember iCup doing Power Hut. I think he got the Jiggy and fell off the edge.
He'll probably get Dilberta then when he goes back to
Goes back
GGM,
to Frozen
and
Compound, you're probably
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
then he'll also
Right.
grab the yellow Jinjos.
Yep. Yeah, I know he got Gen Cavern. I definitely remember him doing that one. Alpha kind of low. on
Yeah, I can
grenades.
jump backwards in time.
Yeah, Alpha fought Cole, so he's pretty low.
I was just thinking if he was going to do patch, but I guess we said he's probably going to skip patch, right?
Let's see, K1, K2, Terry.
And 1K2 Minji Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back and looked and he only got Gen, Cavern, and Waterfall. Right, there's Alpha's third Jinjo. Now he's gonna
Oh,
sit
no.
through this text.
Shitty part of,
Getting messed up by the Jamjors and Jinjo text.
yeah. Yeah, I can't remember in what memer board category that happened to me in, and I was like, I need to reroute this. I think it was Witchy World Hundo.
I was so sure that iCup was gonna learn Ice Eggs there.
Yeah, same.
Just fluttered, landed just so in front of there, and then just nope, we're out of here.
Like also the fact that he went to the talent trot right next to the silo. I was like,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
going
yeah.
for the quick talent trot. Pretty sick dodge there from Alpha.
I hope iCup does HFP right now. Damn.
Oh man, he should have.
Yeah, I wanted him to, but maybe he's thinking that's going to be one of his 5 levels.
So or Alpha done
probably.
on notes?
No, Alpha is not done.
He has to turn into the van though, so he'll just grab the notes as van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Even
guess
though
if he
he-
doesn't take the warp pad off.
Yeah.
Oh, nice sign. Oh, he didn't actually trigger the sign.
Ooh, I thought he was gonna build drill there.
iCup grabbing all his doubloonies. For all our Canadian friends, he's grabbing all his loonies and toonies.
Toonies and doubloonies.
Yeah. I guess Keck W, I said, is iCup confident with the Golden Goliath shot? He doesn't really have a choice at this point in time, right? I mean, like, he better know it because he did not turn into Mumbo.
Yeah. Unless he just does it later.
Yeah.
Nah, he tagged the warp pad. He'll warp
What
to
the
JSG
hell
and do
is
it.
this? Spin a 4-sided wheel with varying objectives for each side. Runners can respin only once per game. The wheel is random for every game and it's Banjo-Tooie? What?
What?
With varying
What?
objectives? A 4-sided
The-
wheel? Alright, I'll have to think about that one.
I'll have to DM you and ask what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. The wheel is random for every game and it's Banjo-Tooie? Like, what?
Send me.
What is that? What was that disrespect from iCup?
Oh my goodness, man.
Oh, did he look at the menu?
He looked at the fucking menu. Also, conditioner redeems 50,000 saying, don't do that race.
Sorry, Condi. It's already been
Sounds
it's already
like a
been redeemed.
Mission bingo. Yeah, it actually sounds like a mission bingo, actually.
Dude, if iCup loses, he deserves it just for that.
Permanent marks, I'll send you a message later.
I actually hope iCup loses now because he did that fucking disrespect menu look.
I hope he loses by 2 fucking seconds, man.
Yeah, he like literally didn't even do it fast. He like fucking panned over to it and was like,
Yeah.
look, I'm reading the menu, guys.
He's clearly throwing for content.
iCup not swimming down. Saving and quitting on 30 doubloons. I like it.
It's just like
Yep,
the
like he
weirdest
should.
save and quit, but it's the correct play.
Meanwhile, Alpha's setting up his Mumbo pads. It's Weldar time, boys. Get those Weldar jams pumping.
I love how Conditioner just sacrificed 50,000 channel points.
It's okay. He'll get refunded.
Yeah, you can refund them.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can refund them.
Just like it's funny, Conditioner lurking around, never says a single word in Banjo Race chat, pops out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's a classic Conditioner moment.
Alpha?
Wait, what is happening?
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
Oh my
Wait,
god,
what?
he fucking redeemed it again, saying refund these guys. Condy has so many points. What the hell?
I mean, Condi's got a huge bank of points. He's won a lot of predictions over the years.
Oh, has he?
Conditioner is literally streaming right now.
Oh yeah, he's doing a rando
Love
right
it.
now.
I can't believe how unforgiving that Mumbo was to Alpha. He like would not talk to him.
Yeah, I'm not sure because normally if you're like in the vicinity, you just press B and Banjo like walks into place.
I wonder if it was because Alpha like jumped over the zone and was too far left, and like it picks it up from the right.
I mean, it might have been because Alpha was moving.
Maybe that too.
If
Maybe
he would have
had
stood
the-
still, it probably would have worked.
All right, well, one Mumbo pad. So let's see, what are iCup's remaining bosses are Weldar, Klunga 2, and Minji. And Alpha's remaining bosses are Old King Cole. No, he's already done Old King Cole. His remaining bosses are Klunga 2, Terry, and Minji.
Sorry, what?
Keep in mind, this isn't actually iCup's real Weldar cutscene. This is the fake one.
Yeah, we've seen
Watch
lots of
all
people
this
just
again.
kind of going off, daydreaming during the
I
cutscene.
think
and,
that
oh,
this
he's
is
going.
the real. No, this is the real
iCup,
one.
please.
He is.
Are
in,
you
he
sure?
Is in this. Yes.
Okay,
He
it's a
had
real
the,
Weldar then.
He had the shoes.
Oh, okay, okay.
He
Yeah,
moved into the fight.
Oh,
We're
I-
too
I
we're
miss-
too lost.
I miss him having the shoes. Yeah, I'm lost in the sauce right now, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I'm lost in the sauce of the four-sided wheel.
Yeah, I did.
iCup, you missed the third one.
Yeah, the washer bounced right over him somehow. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, that happens pretty often. It's pretty annoying.
The washer bouncing over Xenornicus is the reason why the last tournament had $75 extra.
Yeah. Alright, I kept going for the nice safe strat.
Xeronicus not knowing he had gold feathers. Oh god, he's so close. Makes it.
Great. Another Mumbo
iCup?
pad from Alpha. iCup still got lots of health.
He does have lots of health. But
It's
the
it's not yelling time yet. We'll
But the
see if
floor is
we
lava,
get another
GBO.
bounce. Huh?
floor is lava.
It happened again.
Well,
Oh man.
at least I could grab some much needed grenades there
Yeah.
in the corner.
Always feels bad in bingo when you run out of like eggs. I mean, sure, clock works, but you know your other eggs.
I mean, I lost my last bingo because I ran out of fucking eggs. And then Mumbo lost to Steve because he ran out of eggs. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
fucking classic. Now we get the GGM remix. Everyone loves.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick one.
It's a classic.
I think it's probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum.
Like some of them are so
Yeah,
good
I
and
think
some
my
are so
favorite
terrible.
DCW remix has to be, and you never see this ever anymore, but in memer boards, or no, it wasn't even memer boards. I accidentally found this DCW when I was playing around with my file, but if you DCW to Target Dance Temple and walk out, it plays the kickball music mixed with the regular music, and that's like
that's pretty hot.
That's such a sick remix because of the trumpets.
Yeah, I think the worst ones are any of the ones with like CCL.
Holy cow, you can just tell Alpha does not run hundo. He plays the
Yeah.
Star Spinner so safe.
That was
Got
really
it.
safe.
Oh no, he stomp recoiled.
He's-
Wait,
Why did he do that?
He's just
He has
looking
to
to
set up a
exit.
DCW. He's got to set up a DCW.
Oh,
Oh, that's
why.
right.
I thought he did it on accident. Okay.
Just like, you know, he's still in Witchy World. He hasn't been to Clifftop yet. Like, Alpha's row is
Dude,
just
yeah.
so incredibly early game heavy.
But he also has to do fucking Terry's kids, man.
Terry's Kids isn't that bad once you're up there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to fight Terry for a boss, you're gonna get Terry's Jiggies as part of the 3 Jiggies and 5 levels each.
That's true.
Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
iCup has still a lot to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually
guess-
feel like it's looking better for Alpha right now. Even though he still has Terry's Kids and 3 Mumbo pads.
Yeah, but his 3 Mamba pads are in TDL. They're gonna be quick.
Yep.
Yeah. The
That's
iCup's
why it's
3
not
yellow
too
Jinjos
terrible.
is basically done. He just needs to go back to GGM.
GM.
Golden Goliath basically done.
I have a question now that I saw doing iCup do Logo. Do you know what causes you to take damage on Logo sometimes? Because I've died there as solo K before.
It's the cutscene and vulnerability.
No,
What
but like I've taken damage there as solo
I know,
K with one health
if
and
you
died.
wait too long, you'll take damage.
Oh, okay.
Like if you talk to Lago and then shoot a grenade right away, you like won't take damage because of the because you can't take
okay.
damage because of the cutscene. But if you wait long enough, you will take damage.
So it's like the same thing as with
Oh,
Canary
like
Mary,
Canary
but in
Mary.
this case you want to
Cole redeemed
avoid
a
the damage.
50,000 shot press F gimmick shit bingo race.
Oh baby.
I'll have to manage all these tomorrow.
That sounds like a hot race.
I don't even remember what gimmick bingo is.
Gimmick is like where there's like something there's like a rule at the bottom that you have to follow. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
no save and quit or like no swimming, like bullshit like that.
Dude, a shit bingo with no swimming sounds pretty terrible.
Like any role that has JRL in it is just off the charts.
Oh yeah, Alpha skipping all of Clifftop and Quagmire.
iCups make me fucking sick.
Yeah, it's true. We can do that. Yeah, I kept twirling the camera. Not twirling Banjo in the opposite direction, though. It's even worse.
Is Alpha in his file? Or is he fighting in the replay menu right now?
How many eggs did he have?
I didn't see.
So yeah, I guess you would have max eggs. I mean, he could have max eggs
He's in
anyway.
his file. He's in his file.
Yeah.
If he
Good.
wasn't in his file, the egg nest there would have 1 frame early. Oh,
Oh yeah, it would
go
have
for
jumped
it.
to
It would've
Clockworks
jumped to
or
Clock.
Ice.
Yep. There we go. I got.
Hot.
I'm surprised Iga didn't go for the 1 frame early. He usually tries it. Okay, another boss dead for Alpha.
Maybe he just really doesn't want to lose health because he DCW to GI.
That's true. Playing it safe.
I actually think iCup loses this. iCup has so much stuff to do, guys.
Yeah, I think
He's
I
got
agree.
4 more train switches. And 2 more bosses.
Yeah, the ones in... I mean, even like going all the way into TDL for his one there is just going to be really long. TDL,
Like,
Snowball...
I guess it's just Kongo 2 and Minji, but still, like... It's just still shit to do.
Yeah, it's still going and doing stuff. I mean, iCup or Alpha will spend a little bit of time in TDL here, but I mean, then he's just
Alpha
got to
has
do
TDL,
2 bosses
CCL,
as well.
and he's done.
Yeah.
Or TDL,
iCup still has to go back
Kongo
to-
2, CCL, and he's
Oh,
done.
that's right. Klungo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, iCup still has to go to GGM. He has
He's
to
got to
turn
go to
into
MT.
the snowball.
He's got to go to MT,
Yeah.
GGM, HFP, Fire and Ice Side. He's got to do the TDL train station switch.
Yeah, he's got to transform into the snowball
He's
to
gotta
hit
turn into
the fucking train
snowball.
station.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What honeycomb is like I'm missing? Oh, smokestack.
He's just gonna warp back to floor 4 after grabbing the
He's gotta get this
Globos.
Globo, yeah.
He's gonna drop down and then warp back up.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, he did train switch. That's right. It's so weird seeing someone in floor 3
Wait, what
without
happened to
having
Alpha?
like been up.
What happened to Alpha?
What? He died?
Hang on, let me
Oh my
let me have a
goodness.
look.
He
He
landed
died.
on the Bargosaurus.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty big.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh, that's so rough. I went back and watched it. Oh, that really sucks because he could have just landed in the water, but I mean, what are the odds that he'd be standing right there?
So he did the damage correctly, right? And then fell on the
Yes.
dino and it brought it back up.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that is such heartbreak.
It's like that classic,
It's like
you know, you do
Kazooie,
the...
when you fall in
Yeah.
the church and you hit the ghost.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say also, like, you know, in, you know, Witchy World, after getting Dive of Death, you hit
Oh
the
yeah, you hit the
the
Jippo
worker,
Jip.
and yeah, it's all the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a pretty big time loss for Alpha.
I mean, what do you even do here? You just have to literally just go get Talent Torpedo.
Yeah. Get Talent Torpedo. I mean, at least it'll get his Klungo out of the way, but
Why is he
At
going
what
into
cost,
freaking
right?
He's just
Pano?
getting notes.
Oh yeah, for the
Yeah. But I mean, at
Wow.
this point, he could do Klungo, go to CCL, and then just finish in TDL.
Man, I feel so sorry for him. Like, I'm pretty sure he was on pace to win this.
Yeah, quite a bad detour.
I mean, what's so bad is that he gains absolutely nothing from this. Like, this is just pure...
This is pure just recovery.
Yeah.
Backup's done with
Is that
GI.
everything from iCup?
Yep.
Yep.
GI is done.
Did he hit the train switch?
He did.
Yeah, must have before he took off on the flight
yeah,
pad,
he
yeah.
watched the whole cutscene before.
Yeah.
Before lift
Imagine if he had reset.
That would have been
Yeah.
very bad. That would have been
The
the same
optimal
trip
reset.
down. That would have been the same trip down to Talent
Yeah.
Torpedo, and Alpha would be back in the lead.
Yeah, that would have been a level playing field again.
God, is this like even worth it for Alpha to try to make 3 Jiggies here work? Not even close, right?
No.
Seamy fish, fucking smugglers.
Nah,
Oh wait,
like
Alpha doesn't even have fucking clockwork.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's actually fucking game over.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like, he doesn't gain anything.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
can't even get
He
alternate
can't
jiggies
even
or
do
whatever.
JRL as like an alternative now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just dead. What a tilter.
I mean, he still couldn't do JRL as an alternative anyway, because he still needs to get Terry's kids. And fight an extra boss,
I can't
so...
believe all 3 of
Yeah.
us missed Alpha dying.
Yeah.
Because we were too busy watching freaking iCup's GI route.
Yeah.
Man, I really need to.
It's okay,
go
I'll
and watch
edit
that
us
back.
reacting in post.
Yeah.
It'll look great in post.
Yeah, that's good.
You have to cut you saying that.
iCup!
in
Please!
the-
Look how far away he is. I don't even think you can egg him from this far.
Yeah, you can egg aim him from the entire way across.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Plus he's got
what
the
a shot, though.
goggles.
What a shot. iCup?
Oh,
He got
okay,
him.
there we
He
go.
got him.
We got him.
Insane.
Oh my god.
I don't even
can
know if-
only imagine how just absolute tilted Alpha must be.
I mean,
The
I don't
fact
even
that
know
he
if he's
died not
tilted
once-
at this point.
Not once to fall damage canceling, guys, but twice. In 2 different games. And
At this
one of
point,
them
I don't
costed
even-
his DCW.
At this point, I don't even know if he's tilted. He may just be dead. It's just like, it's over.
Yeah, it's like, Alpha, what happened to TDL? My cat took my controller.
Well, I mean, Dango brings up a good point. Like, what are the odds that the Bargosaurus is right where he lands? I mean, it's just absolute fucking shit out of luck.
iCup paid off the Bargosaurus.
Yeah.
The Borgosaurus ate Alpha's homework.
God.
It's just such a feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, suddenly iCup is just looking.
Yeah, there's iCup giving the Bargosaurus his money. Here you go. Take an extra one for the road.
Giving him the 30 doubloons.
Yeah, perfect. What a fucking mow, dude. Oh man, that was good.
So yeah, just now iCup's gone out of Klungo and like recovered.
Alpha, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, now Alpha at least has the option to do CCL and then end in TDL.
Yeah. I think that would be the
And a
play
solo
probably.
banjo. iCup. I mean, I can't even tell if it's just disrespect or just. Like,
Well, he needs
got
to
rid
shoot
of
his
first clockwork. I know
Yeah.
that, but like,
but still. He probably is going to go to MT right now then.
I think
No, he's
iCup-
going to CC.
I think iCup would have 100% lost this match if Alpha didn't die right there.
Yeah.
And then we could have been like, Alpha or iCup, it was that close, but you looked at the fucking Siemens. Looked at the Siemens
Yeah.
surprise. No,
Yep,
there's
both of
no
them.
way Alpha wins. There's just no way. Not anymore. Like, Alpha still has to get 3 Jiggies in here and do all 3 Mumbo pads and hatch all the eggs.
Yeah, and get Taxi Pack.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. And
Yeah.
not only does he have to get fucking hatch, he has to get taxi pack.
Alright, one nice and quick Jiggy. Hopefully for Alpha's sake, Mingy's in the Red Skull. Banjop Kazubi's.
That would be the hope of being in Red Skull here. He is in red.
Yep.
Nice.
Now we see where he is for iCup. Pause champ.
I don't really think it's that close. iCup can end on the snowball and win, in my opinion.
iCup? iCup? That's the wrong skull. Alpha gaining back some time and losing it because he missed a quick kill. Got a good spawn though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he got a
but
good
iCup's
spawn.
blocked
Oh, he's
too.
running. Oh, okay. I was about to say he's doing the classic Alpha strat where he runs toward Mingy and misses the damage.
I hate it when people keep running
Stun
into
lock.
him. I'm always afraid they're gonna just walk off the
Yeah.
freaking staff.
I mean, that's what we saw. I think iCup did it in his last tournament match as well.
I have seen so many people survive Minji with 1 health. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Across the like tournaments I've hosted,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
I've done it.
Nobody has died to Minji though in a tournament. At least
Which is
not so
insane.
far. Yeah. iCup with the quick kill.
Sick.
Yeah, and he's doing the run strat. Doesn't
Yeah, I
get
don't know why
punished.
people do that.
I don't know. Up until iCup started doing it, Alpha was the only one I ever saw doing that.
Running up against it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it damages them more quickly. It's like,
Yeah.
why do it? Oh god, well, can't believe that clockwork didn't break.
Yeah, it's pretty safe because it just
Yeah.
hits the roof.
Icup's got to go do cheese.
The speedrunner
the
urge to
speedrunner.
do intro.
Yeah.
It's probably right EF, yeah. Alpha saving and quitting.
Yeah, and that he's got his
Well,
5 bosses
I don't
done
know,
too.
guys.
Yeah,
Does
it still
Alpha
feels
still
pretty
win
close.
this?
Dude, if he still
He's
wins this,
going
that's
to his
insane.
last level, and iCup has 3 more levels to go.
Yeah.
It
SHM
feels close.
Alpha's got his bosses done too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yep.
The thing is, though, he still has the 3 fucking mumbo pads. Like, it's...
So wait, if Alpha didn't die, like literally it would have already been won.
Probably. Yeah, the Mumbo pads are pretty fast. He just has to remember to go into the Dino cave or Dino you know.
So
House.
wait,
still, like,
Cave.
multiple
am I
minutes,
behind
though.
on iCup goals? Anybody? What does he actually have?
I think he's done his bosses now.
He's done with all of his bosses?
Because he did Weldar, Klungo 1, Klungo 2,
Patch.
Mingy, and Patch.
Yeah.
Since
Alpha
he's
remembers to open
since
up
he's
the...
done... Oh yeah, he
patch.
still hasn't gone back to GGM and done his Yellow Jinjos, I don't think.
He's gonna go there through empty.
iCup did not get GI Jiggies, no. He doesn't need them. But what are his 5 levels going to be? He has them in CCL and... What other level does he have them in?
MT for sure. Well, this will be it for MT, I think.
Which
Ooh, that's
roll he
really
does,
awkward.
yeah, which roll he does.
Oh, ICUP does the
Yeah.
slow strat.
This'll work. Or at least the setup.
Yeah,
Yeah, see
the
shot.
safe setup.
A little lower iCup. There you go.
Good shot.
So now, he's got 3 in MT, we said?
I believe so,
Or
because
does
he
he
did
have to-
Slumber, and I think that's it.
So he is at 2?
Maybe he's at 2.
I guess we'll see here if he goes top of temple.
Yeah. It would be
Where are you
shocking to
fucking
me if
going?
he...
Alpha...
Oh, maybe... Oh, no, he's doing Top of Temple now, and then he might be going to Prison Compound to get Dilberta.
What is Alpha doing?
I have no fucking
Oh,
idea.
he was trying to get over to Mumbo.
Yeah.
He was over at Mumbo. He warped here from Mumbo's hut. He should have just done the Mumbo pads right then and there.
Oh,
I don't know
he's
what
going to get
doing.
Taxi Pack right now.
He should have just done the Mumbo stuff.
Maybe not.
Maybe he needs notes. And
Yeah, I
didn't
kinda
have-
agree
did
with
not have the
Steve.
entrance warp?
He should have the entrance warp after coming in.
Maybe he just wants to kill the Borgosaurus.
Oh, he's gonna split up inside River Passage.
That is not where you want to be. Am I right, GDF?
I like it.
Do you?
I mean, he should know. He should know that you have to split up at the bottom inside Central Cavern, or inside the mountain, whatever it's called.
Yeah, but the problem is that once you're done with all the solo K stuff, getting solo B out of here is fucking AIDS.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you just come out the same way he came in and then just warp to Mumbo.
Oh god, he doesn't have pack whack. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not that slow taking this, as long as he doesn't fall.
Yeah, it just sucks.
Recombine and leave.
I
And then, like,
100% agree with Electric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
need
mean,
to
where do you
recombine.
resplit up?
You need to recombine, go to top of mountain, and split up in the fucking top of mountain. And do the rest of the route, in my opinion.
Did I come
Oh
just get
yeah,
Moon Moon?
that's right. Where you normally would.
Yes.
Death warping to get to the warp pad.
Guys,
Yeah,
what
it's-
levels does iCup have 3 Jiggies in again? Can we just like double check this?
So he has him in MT for sure. He has him in CCL for sure.
That was GGM.
Yeah, that should be GGM done now.
And so we just don't know what his last one is going to be. We're thinking HFP.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
Witchy World.
No, he's done Witchy World. He's done CCL, MT, Witchy World, and GGN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he'll just finish up in MT in HFP.
I think Alpha loses with Mumbo pads.
Yeah, because iCup's just been going bam, 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 like all of his goals, one after another
iCup's
here.
going to leave and go to Clifftop now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that death really cost Alpha.
Yeah. We were like thinking, oh, it's close, it's close, it's close, but Alpha has still made 0 progress on TDL Mumbo pads.
I mean, he should have done it right when he was by Mumbo.
Yeah, he should have. I 100% agree.
Alpha go
He
back
still
down.
needs
Oh, he
notes.
still needs the notes.
He needed
I mean,
that.
he had Talon Torpedo to
Dude.
Alpha. You don't need all of them.
Why?
He had Talon Torpedo. He could have gotten some of the notes inside River Passage really fast.
Also true.
He probably forgot about it, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that is true. He probably did forget he had it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he wasn't supposed to learn it.
I also think that Alpha isn't really like in it anymore.
Probably. Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
after what happened, he's probably just waiting to be pulled in, and he's like, "Please make it
I
in."
could get the fire switch. Unless he just did.
He's gonna get it as solo K when he does slip clip.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. He needs the jiggies.
Slit clip,
So yeah,
ice
slit
wall,
clip,
train.
ice wall, ice train.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh baby, I kept running through with 1 health. He doesn't give a fuck.
I was about to go. Ah, he stepped on the train switch. But no, right. Alright, egg number 2 for Alpha.
Perfect landing.
Good slit clip from iCup.
Dude, the combination of Mumbo pads and Terry's kids is really shitty because like both of those goals are something you want to end on. Like you want to end on solo B and save and quit, or you want to have Mumbo and save and quit. It sucks if you have to do them.
I mean, I guess if you have everything set up, like you can do the 2 outside Mumbo pads first, and then like do the last one in the Dino Cave, and then
Make
just
a
like
death warp.
on it,
Yeah,
and then
true,
just
there's a
warp up to
beehive.
the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're right. You really don't want to take Mumbo back.
iGub hasn't really made any major mistakes besides.
Looking at the menu.
He hasn't made any real mistakes besides, what is it called? Picking the row. I think Alpha's row is definitely
Yeah.
faster, but
Even then, I don't think picking the row was that big of a mistake. It just wasn't faster than Alpha's row.
oh, looking at the menu, I was like, what the fuck do you mean by that? And I was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that lost him a lot of time.
Oh, iCup doesn't. He's using the setup.
Yep. He doesn't want to do the Willy. I don't blame him. I hate doing the Willy shot too.
Well, I didn't mean the Willy shot. I mean just kind of getting in position. But I forgot that he had Chili Willy barking down on him.
Looks like a good angle.
Excuse the noise.
Bring it down a little lower. A little lower. Lower! There you go. All right.
All right, all he needs
Snowball and
is.
we're done.
Yep.
You got to feel for Alpha here. I think he definitely won game 2 without the death, but God.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he lost so much time from that. It's not even funny.
That is just giga fucking bad luck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he
He'll literally
won
be
that.
Mumbo, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, Alpha lost by, like, about a minute in the first game as well.
It's only because he died when he stomp recoiled off the mountain in TDL after DCW.
Yeah.
So you had to go to JRL for Talon Torpedo.
Wow, iCup even gets the
You got
roll through the
snowball
hole.
Roll, yeah.
I still don't even know how to do that. Not resetting for
All right,
time.
boys. GG.
GG's.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
All right, GG's.
GG.
GG's.
GG's.
Alpha, we're so sorry for your loss
Everything.
there. That was
That
the
was
most
such a
unfair
heartbreak.
death I've ever seen.
Was it
Yeah.
close?
It would have been.
You would have 100% lost iCup if Alpha did not die in his DCW.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alpha did a beak bust recoil in TDL to get down to the bottom of the mountain, and he landed on the Bargosaurus and took fatal fall damage.
Oh my god.
Out of anywhere that guy could have been, he was there.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, Alpha.
It's all good, bro. GG.
GG's.
This row was
Like-
kind of busted.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely picked the faster row, Alpha. I mean, by far.
Did I miss a good better row?
Alpha did F7.
Yeah. We were looking at
F7.
F6 and F8 at the beginning, but then, yeah, we just didn't see F7
Well,
be
we
real fast.
mentioned F7, but we thought the
Yeah.
Mumbo Pad synergy was a bait.
Yeah, I thought the Mumbo Pad, Star Spinner, and then Terry's Kids. I'm like, that's a bunch of long goals plus bosses. That's what turned me off of that row.
But EF points out the pros is that F7 has 0 cliff top and no quagmire.
True.
Yeah.
And that's how I played it until I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Alpha, you were probably done in another minute and a half right there from when we pulled you in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Sick
almost
that was
was just
still
like,
that close.
I'm just going to fucking throw, but then I decided, you know, like, you never know, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Heartbreaker,
I mean, that
man.
is just like the big
It's not never
heartbreaker.
over till it's over.
Yeah. That's definitely the big, I mean, that's got to be like one of the shittiest things to exit the tournament from.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, Alpha.
No, it's all good,
This
bro.
should have been game 3.
But yeah, and also, yeah, obviously huge props for still going after that happened.
Yeah,
Of just
100%.
being like,
Yep.
well, I gotta just finish.
Yeah,
'Cause,
man, you know,
I mean,
it
that
was
would have
a...
been like a mega tilter.
I surprisingly didn't even get tilted. I was just like, it's fate at this point. If that's how I go out,
Look,
then, you know.
That's
it's
what I
fate.
said.
I couldn't be mad at that. Like, if I executed something wrong, I'd be mad, but I mean,
Yeah,
Come on.
that's very true. I mean, that was in no way your fault, like at all.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
had a lot of fun in the tournament. Thanks for hosting, and I put a lot of time into this tournament. I actually enjoy bingo now. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's good. That's
That's
the
awesome.
whole point of these
Uh,
fucking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the last while, Alpha's gone from only a speedrunner to memer boards to bingo to everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's I think
Evolution
a
is
lot of this
crazy.
is gonna help me for no DCW, just in terms of, you know, I mean, a lot of the tricks we do in bingo, we do in no DCW. So
Also,
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Next on Alpha's list is glitch hunting.
Yeah,
That'll truly do
that's
it
a
all.
pass.
Well, Alpha, sorry to see you exit the tournament in that way for sure. We definitely, in the alternate timeline, you nailed the fall. We see a game 3. We actually go into hype mode, but Fate had a different story to tell, I guess.
Yep.
iCup,
all good.
congratulations on moving on. 2-0
Thank you.
at that. Congratulations, you are at least walking away from this tournament with $100 in your pocket.
Hey, congrats.
That's a few
But
presses of the slot machine.
will you earn more when you go up against Dango in losers finals?
I will.
That's gonna be hot.
I look
iCup
forward to
versus
seeing
Dango will
that
be
match.
next. Winner of that match rises back into the winner's bracket to face GDO, where he has been waiting for many weeks.
Prepare yourself, GDO. I'm gonna get my revenge on you.
All right, just bring it on. You got to beat Dango first.
Oh, I know.
I'll look forward to watching your guys' match with that, anime style, can't see my eyes through the glasses look.
Yeah, classic. All right, well, from all of us here at Banjo Race, thanks for watching, chat. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Alpha. Thank you, iCup. Thank you, Steve and GDO, for joining us for commentary. And we will
Tuning
see
into the race tonight.
Oh, yeah. There is a race happening just shortly
In an hour and a
after this.
half.
Hour and a half. So if you are
Races every day at this point.
if you are not going out for Saturday night, maybe stay in and watch some Banjo. Other than that, we're done here. So we'll see you guys next time. Join the Discord so that way you can be posted for when the next bingo race will be. And until then, cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.